particularly because we could just jump right into hard mode. If we start with zone 2, I think we have to beat it in normal mode before hard mode is available. You have to beat hard mode before expert mode becomes available. You have to beat expert mode before nightmare mode becomes available. Pretty kind of obvious system there. Was there any of these that I liked the mostest? The close quarters one was cool, but kind of stressful. That was probably the hardest one out of all of them. Pinpoint was kind of nice. It was all rain stuff. And then uniform chaos was, well, it was kind of a wild card. Let's do pinpoint. Let's do pinpoint hard mode because we need to unlock that expert mode. Let's try the long range one and hard mode. I can do that shit. Here we go. We got Ryan in the house. What's up, Ryan? I believe in you too, Ryan. Also, Ryan, I did see in the group chat that yeah, you had to was it 8 times today? 8 times today was that what happened? Some of you might be thinking to yourselves saying, "Oh, one of Alex's friends did it 8 times. Lucky man. Lucky man. Wish I had that kind of endurance. Good for him. Good for everybody, honestly. Good for everyone involved. By did it, I of course mean poop. I of course mean pooping 8 times. So, dude, man's do be his gastrointestinal system continues to impress all of us. It is a wonder of nature and science. Yeah, Tribes. I remember Tribes. I played a bit of Tribes back in the day. I was never any good at it, but I played it with some friends on a number of occasions. Loved it, but I was always garbage at it. There's actually a really fun custom Halo map, or not map, but series of maps that is a Tribes-inspired mod. There's a Tribes-inspired Halo mod for Halo 3, I think, that Inferno Plus developed. Inferno Plus is the mod developer that made Cursed Halo, that Alias and I played a whole bunch last 2 years ago, I think. And I love the Cursed Halo stuff. But yeah, that's Inferno Plus's most recent project, is this big ass, hilarious and very impressive Tribes-inspired mod for Halo 3, and it looks extraordinary. It looks really, really good. Like anything Inferno Plus does, man is a goddamn wizard with the scripting tools for Halo, really the full original trilogy, but especially Halo 1, which is not known for having very generous or well-documented scripting tools, like modding tools. So yeah, what he's able to do in Halo 1 in particular is pretty extraordinary. But yeah, the stuff that he did for the Halo 3 Tribes mod is really impressive. It includes several maps and a whole bunch of cool like physics modifications to make it all play nice. It's pretty sick. But Aleph is absolutely right though. Tribes was like an OG as far as like multiplayer PC gaming goes. That's like basically around the same time as Half-Life, like original Half-Life and original Counter-Strike. Yeah, it was crazy important back in those days. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of lost its, maybe not lost its luster, but it definitely isn't the powerhouse it used to be. But there's a period in time where that shit was popping off for sure. Yeah, high res. Were they the same ones that did? I can't remember, but yeah, there was a really cool mech game. It was like a mech FPS, basically. That was really cool. That my friends and I played for like one evening. We all loved it, but then after that, it kind of fell off. Well, it didn't fall off, but our enthusiasm fell off a little bit. Because, like, we kind of realized the details of the microtransaction economy, and that the support for the game was kind of lacking even then. It began with an H. It began with an H, but I can't remember the details. Oh, okay, it was something else. Metal Tech Battle Drum. Okay, I'm thinking of something else. Nobody dropped anything, by the way. We dropped money, or they dropped money, but I didn't get any weapons, which is unfortunate.
I wonder what this one says.
But Earth Siege Universe, that's what it was called. Microsoft was pushing Tribes. I think you're right. I think there was some kind of attention from Microsoft's gaming wing to like encourage people to check out the demo for Tribes back in the day. Tribes 2 specifically. Tribes 2. Yeah. It's like how does it continue to make so much? Where's it coming from, man? Yeah, Metal Tech Battle Drum. Yeah, I don't think I recognize that one, admittedly. It's unfamiliar to me. For those who don't know, in this game, The reason why no one's attacking me is because when you start a new round, a new room, by default you're hidden. You're in stealth mode, and you only come out of stealth mode the minute you attack, or throw a grenade, or like shoot, throw a grenade, or do a melee attack. It kind of allows you to kind of scope things out, case the joint, so to speak, and like place certain destructible objects like those explosive barrels. There's not a ton of them in this difficulty. It's kind of nice, lets you kind of identify where the roamers are, that kind of thing. And in fact, I'll kick this off right now, because that's a pretty nice opportunity right there. I'm going to go ahead and give myself those gloves, a little bit more protection. The nice thing with this game, the good and bad thing, is that the bad guys aren't usually that, aren't always the most perceptive. They're usually pretty good at line of sight perception, but they usually can't really hear you. So if you're making a bunch of noise in the other room, very rarely will that be an issue for you. So like, you know, like that dude on the radar on the top left, you can see there's a dude, that little red circle, just on the other side of this wall, and he was definitely in earshot and even line of sight shot of that guy getting got, but has not reacted. So even if you're kind of looking and you're like, well, damn, I don't know, like, that's really close to this other dude, that could be scary. If you plan your moves around line of sight, usually it's pretty forgiving in that sense, which is nice. It's a shotgun. I don't think I should be using a shotgun. Oh, this is a secondary. Never mind. Yeah, it's a secondary shotgun. That's fine. I was gonna say my primary should definitely be a long range thing, because this is gonna be a long range, a long range focused challenge. Yep, another pair of gloves already. There was that other assault rifle. I'll take a look at that. I think it's more of like a, I think it's one of those kind of low accuracy LMGs. Here's what we have right now, which is pretty good. You know, low spread. Yeah, this is without... That's just like the natural recoil, which is kind of rough. That natural recoil is a little bit mean. So, to kind of demonstrate... Yeah, that recoil is kind of rough. Now, the good news... is that I think all of these remove weapon kickback. Weapon kickback is, I think, in the same thing... In this case, same thing as recoil. So, that would at least help. That would at least help. Lots of modding for Tribes. Yeah, Tribes 2 probably. I think you're right. I think there's a pretty big modding scene for that game back in the day. Yeah, Tribes was huge, man. I enjoyed Tribes 2, but really after Tribes 2 is where things kind of fell off, and you know, it's gone to a number of different developers, and some of them have been pretty cool. I liked Tribes. What was the one before Tribes Ascend? Or maybe that was the one I played. I remember playing that a little bit, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, it didn't quite get the audience that they needed to sustain it. So if you're far away, weak points will become easier to hit, and will do more damage. Well, the weak points are always easier to hit, but they'll definitely do more damage as you're further away from them. Better chance of elemental shenanigans. Better chance of crit damage. Well, the nice thing about the crit damage one, I think this is what I did the first time we did this challenge. Nice thing about the crit damage one is that it is always active. Like, you can always potentially crit somebody, whereas weak point damage is only when you're hitting a weak point, and elemental damage requires you to have an elemental attack with your weapon. And you know, maybe I should try this. Last time we did, I think, a combination of, well, last time we did lightning, which worked out well. 5% proc chance, elemental proc chance. No mention of damage. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Elemental proc damage, yeah. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, let's do the elemental one. The elemental one can be a lot of fun. This one has elemental stuff, so I think I will stick with this one. But just to demonstrate, no recoil. No recoil. Now, it does fire slower, obviously, so that part's a bit of a bummer. I think I'm gonna stick with this one. That one of those sniper turrets? It sure is. Sure do be a sniper turret. And I don't know if I want to look in every single one of these individual rooms. Sometimes one of these individual cells might have a barrel. But this is hard mode, and barrels are going to be a lot less easy to find. There's going to be a lot fewer of them this time around. In fact, I think there's none of them. There are none of them in this room, which is not terribly surprising. These sniper turrets are bad news, so I think I will Focus on this fucking dude. Is there a second sniper turret? That's the only one. Everyone else is just standard boys. When I say standard, they are purple. And if you've played video games, you know purple means enhanced. Like green is normal, blue is elevated, purple is enhanced, red is like lethal. You know, red's like scary. And if something is red and has spikes on it, yo, you're fucking dead. That's like max level shit. So we're gonna start with this guy. The rest of them are gonna be just standard dudes. We know how to deal with them. Ouch. Okay, never mind. He's dead. Never mind. And the nice thing is that, like, again, this is a long-range challenge, and no matter how you slice it, when it's all long-range enemies, yes, they'll try to engage, but generally speaking, they'll try to shoot you from afar. And since this challenge is gonna encourage us to pick up abilities that will nudge us more into long-range abilities, things that benefit long-range weapons. So not a lot of shotguns will drop, not a lot of like close quarter like melee skills will drop. It'll be more gun, more long-range gun, no less. Is there a dude in there? Down here. There he is. I think we were like ringing around the rosy. We were ringing each other's rosy. If you catch my drift. We were ringing each other's rosy, and pretty hot. Pretty hot, not gonna lie. There's some money over there. There was one other thing that dropped that I was curious about, but I might have misremembered or misidentified. There's some health down there. We haven't taken a bit of damage yet, so we're Gucci. Yeah, Gucci. Yep. Okay, we're good. That's the main thing. Just make sure I don't drop that. Nothing that got dropped, I did not pick up. It's not one of those games where there's like storage lockers or barrels or treasure chests. The only thing that drops anything are bad guys. If you kill a bad guy and it drops something, that's important, but you don't have to like be scrounging for extra things to snag. Switching weapons can help your fire rates. Better discount on the fabricator. More damage to flying enemies. That one could be useful. We absolutely will have some very annoying flying enemies near the end of this challenge. So, no question, that's a good one. Minigun. I mean, it does have that freeze. We did tentacles previously. I don't know if actually have I done a freeze build. You know what? I'm a little bit uncertain about miniguns. But I think I'll try it because the recoil is kind of rough. The recoil is kind of rough. But I think I'll fucking do it. And the nice thing is, if we're in a bind and we're having a hard time with a minigun and I need something else to step in a pinch, we got that shotty, which is pretty quick. It's a pretty quick shotgun, and look at that. It's not a load each individual shell kind of shotgun. It is a clip-based or magazine-based shotgun. So it has 10 shots in the magazine. That's wild. Pop the mag, get a new one. No, none of this like kunk, kunk, kunk. It's just pop a new one in, you're ready to roll. So I really like this secondary weapon. Shotguns in this game are fun, but not always practical. That is a practical shotgun. And the minigun's kind of fun because on the one hand, it's a minigun. What more needs to be said? Unfortunately, when you go into like iron sights mode, you do move slower. So, you know, the lowered movement speed is a bummer. If you start to just fire it from the hip, it takes a second to spin up, which is a bummer. But what's kind of cool is if you iron sight, it's already spinning. And if you do that, it fires quick from the get-go. So that's like pretty darn good. That's a nice way to make these things a little bit more doable. Easier to play, easier to do when you're in co-op. Yes, absolutely easier in co-op, no question. Yeah. If any of the like if Alias or Shake or Krath were to pop in, I would gladly switch off to some multiplayer. If any of those cool dudes wanted to jump in, but I know it's kind of late. I know Alias already in his stream a little bit earlier. Oh shit. There we go. was kind of hoping that would do a bit more damage. Of course, this is hard mode. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to kill the full room of them, but still. Actually, what am I doing? I need to reload. Whoa! Forgot this is not a sprint kind of game. This is a dash forward kind of game. You hold the shift key, it will not like make you sprint, it'll make you dash. This is what we came here for. Yeah, there we go. Much better, much better. That shotgun's great, but again, our build is more centered around long range, so sticking with short range is not always a great idea. Get the boots. Get a helmet. Check our build. You can see we have everything but a torso. So we have like a nice helmet, nice boots, nice gloves, but completely naked everywhere else. Penis flopping around, balls slapping against the wall, rubbing awkwardly against robots when we're in stealth mode. Very uncomfortable for everybody. We got Master. What's up, Master Train? Good to see you, buddy. Playing more of this cool little game. We're trying to unlock some sick challenges for this cool little game, no less. So right now we've got, last time we played this, we unlocked what we thought were going to be the last of our icy veins, by the way. The last of our dare drop rewards for this game, but there's more opportunities that have become available. We're trying to unlock some more giveaway keys for this game. We gave away 5 keys for this game a couple days ago. And if we're able to accomplish the dare drop challenges, the hope is to get maybe another 5 keys available. Not going to overpromise. Not going to overpromise because this one will be a little bit tougher. And the one after this will be a lot tougher. But I've got all the faith in the world. Or some of the faith. Some of the faith in the world. I was going to start off with a nice grenade situation like that. That's what to kind of maximize pissing off as many bad guys as possible. Now, I don't want to put myself in a corner as too much. Ouch. The good news is, one of the challenges we had last time was, don't let your shield break. We are under no such limitations with this challenge. Our shield can break, we can take damage, who gives a fuck? I mean, I would rather not take damage. That's something to minimize. But this is not one of those where, like, if something bad happens, it's like, oh, challenge failed. It's nothing like that, thankfully. In fact, we took a little... Actually, no, we didn't take damage, but we increased our maximum health. That's why we picked up that health pickup just now. Yeah, that was the thing. Like, there was that one challenge we did last time we played this game, where the challenge was... yeah, complete a mission without your shield breaking. And that was one of those where it's a fairly... we were playing normal difficulty, so we were able to play it pretty easily, but one misstep could have potentially meant that the challenge was invalidated. So at least this one, it's tough, but it's tough because the rooms are tough, as opposed to we're on like a thin, like, you know, on thin ice, walking on eggshells. No melee for us, I don't think. Using your dash replenishes. That could be quite good, actually. Grenades do more damage and only hits one guy. I don't always hit more than one guy. I'm sorry, I frequently am hitting more than one guy, but not always. 15% of your weapons magazine. That could be really nice. Especially for the minigun. But there are going to be times, inevitably, where we're going to be doing a lot of damage to single targets. What I might do is say, I'm going to hope that I'll get the one that says if you switch weapon, you get a kill with your offhand weapon, it refills the other one's magazine. But that one would still be helpful. Especially for a minigun. Especially for a minigun, yeah. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. The grenade one does sound nice. I feel like I always go for the grenade ones. This kind of forces me to try something different. We get Elgaso. What's up, Elgaso? Asserting dominance by rubbing my penis up against them. Well, that's how it goes, because when you're in stealth mode, you really can't just like rub up against them. You can like try to jump on them. Unfortunately, you can't actually jump on them, so you can't teabag them. I've tried. I'm as broke up out as you are. But yeah, you can like awkwardly like just like, hey, you come here often? And make it very uncomfortable for everybody. Get this guy down here. What if I try to jump on his head? He's like, well, it would be kind of awkward. He's not like really underneath. This guy. Whoop. Okay, nailed it. Let me try again. Let me try again. See if I can get his ass. Whoop. Yeah, one more time. Actually, I think I can just do this. Whoop. Do the little dash thing in the air. Come on, that was dead on. You kidding me? So yeah, you really can't land on them to teabag them. Immersion ruined. Game literally unplayable. Can't teabag the enemies. What's even the fucking point of living, honestly? What's even the goddamn point? Wait. Whenever I'm in this room, I always panic whenever I fall down because I'm always like, oh shit, I gotta find the exit. Like, if whenever I'm down here, it's like, because it's very hard to see. It's like, oh shit, where's the exit? Or where's the stairs? Oh god, it's so scary. Oh god, oh god. And every time I'm always like, we have a dash that allows you to dash in the air. You can just do this. Oh, well, okay, don't fuck it up. You can just do that, and you're back up. It's that easy. You can just dash upwards, and you can get up anywhere. So, as scary as it is down there, it is of very little consequence. But it feels so scary. What I'm probably going to do is focus on these guys. These rocket launcher guys are annoying. We'll do it by pouring this thing up and hit him with a grenade. Woo! So yeah, it's like a lot of splash. It's like a very wide splash range, but it's not really that much damage. So they're annoying, and they're more annoying when there's other things that they could like knock you out of cover from. Turret, I believe. Yep. They're annoying if there's like, oh shit, they knocked me out of my little cover spot, and now this other guy is trying to shit in my mouth. Like, that can suck. Oh, hello. Reload this thing. The dude right down here somewhere. On the other side of the wall, I bet he is. Look at that. Don't have to reload anymore. It's magic. Down here? Up and down. Where's he? Apparently I'm looking right at him. Where the fuck are you? Oh, he's in the room, right. Have that pre-firing. Have that intel. Here's our torso. Now we are no longer naked. Our penis is no longer flopping all over the place. Which is, again, disappointing, but how it goes, how it has to be sometimes. Wait. Got a grenade upgrade? Yes, although I'll keep my eye out for a ice grenade. So I can be on point. On brand, even. That guy. Stuff here. That is... max shield or max health? I think I'll lean towards the max shield one. If I do my job right, I won't have to worry about having max health. There's more to life than whipping your penis out and rubbing it against bad guys? I know, I know. I may not agree with it, but that is the word on the street. That is the current common wisdom. Okay, get the bot fellas. I like the bot fellas. They're not always what they're cracked up to be. They're not always great. But I think out of these two, the other two, I think I will take the bot fellas. But that's what roguelikes are all about. You're absolutely right, Ogaso. Agonizing over these, like, infinitesimally small details. Was it literally +1 max health or +1 shield? It doesn't matter. None of this matters. By the way, we got a different one that is ice. Shatter instead of freeze. The thing about freeze is that it is a single target affecting skill, whereas shatter causes like a slow effect that applies across the board. Well, not across the board, but to like in proximity to other dudes. So I might like that one a little bit more. The level bonus is actually not a big deal at all because you can get that level bonus by just upgrading the level. That part's easy. So yeah, I might lean towards this one. Because freezing an individual target is cool, but having something that can pop and affect things in a wider area, I think could be way cooler. What I do wish, and maybe the devs will add this eventually, is like a crash test dummy. I mean, are you a crash test dummy? No, the bullets do not collide. Even, of course, there's no friendly fire. But like, some kind of thing I can shoot. Oh, we can zoom in slightly. Slightly you can zoom in. That's kind of cool. Yeah, some kind of thing I can shoot to say like, yeah, is there any indication for what it looks like when it procs? You can shoot a wall, but it's not gonna affect anything if you're just shooting the wall. And it needs to shoot a live target or a valid target. So if there was a crash test dump you could shoot and see how that looks, that would make me kind of happy. It would be useful in this case right here. But no, I think I feel good about the shatter. The chance is obviously samesies, and we know what freeze does. We've seen it a number of times, and freeze is great against individual targets. When it comes to like really scary individual targets, that could actually be really helpful. But I think shatter, it doesn't stop them in their tracks, but it does slow their movements. It slows their attacks, slows their movements. So I think it's still worth it. I think shatter is still worth it, and legitimately good for crowd control. Got some barrels. We have several barrels. That is very nice. I don't usually get this many. I think this might be a good little cluster, good little clussy, if you will, of dudes to pop. Oh, do I want to get that third one? There's that dude right there. I'm real quick. Where'd he go? Yep, he's there. That's it. See, it should kill the fuck out of all of them. Not too bad, not too bad. And this guy over here. And this guy right there. Last one? No, not quite. I'll do a reload now. I might as well. Now it's quiet. That was a very fortunate opportunity where they just kind of popped in at the right moment, and you get a nice tasty grenade. Hatch. Hatch. There we go. It's just like that. Just like that. So slightly less max health, but more armor. Shield improvement versus critical hit chance. Critical hit chance is pretty good. 11.7 is quite good, honestly. It's quite good. I think I'll stick with that. Bloop, I'll slurp that up. What we just looked at. This one is all about the purples. I would consider switching off to another cool, yes, another attractive looking minigun. Ideally, that would have the frost thingy on it, but for now, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I did get fucked up a little bit. Will he heal on his own? Oh, it's in the bottom left. I don't know if, I mean, I know he'll heal when he dies. Like, they will resurrect, but will he just heal naturally? Fire rate is increased. Adds ammo. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Pickup range. These would synergize really well together. To be honest, none of these are that amazing. And right now, we don't really have a lot of incentive to swap all that often. So, I guess we'll take this one. Less reloading is never a bad thing when you've got a minigun. It's one thing if you've got like an assault rifle that takes 2 seconds to reload, but a minigun, that thing takes a little bit. Eventually, there will be ways, or rather, perks that will potentially upgrade the reload time to be faster. But for now, gotta roll with the default. Got the pain train, baby. It sounds like some Duke Nukem shit. All aboard the pain train, baby. Those guys were all stuck together. Can find one. I think there was one more barrel that I passed. It would be kind of neat. It would be a small level of neatness if barrels appeared on the map. That would make me kind of happy. Oh, they moved on. They've moved on. Oh, but wait. Opportunity. Blew the shit out of his ass. There we go. This guy dead. Maybe one more back here. I can see on the radar. Hatch. In the meantime, oh, it's literally the exact same helmet. The exact same helmet verbatim. Is this the same one too? Grenade cooldown. You know what? Sure, that one's not too bad. Not that I'm like spamming grenades that often. I'll take that one too. If there was something to reduce the spread, I would I would gladly accept it if there was a spread reduction option. As the recoil going down is great, but the spread is still kind of rough. So using this thing on truly long ranges is kind of tough. Middle range, this thing does great, but long range, it's going to be a little bit spicy, boys. Ouch. There we go. Whereas generally speaking, I'm usually picking up extra scrap after a round ends. After a round ends, I'm usually is when I'm picking up the scrap. So the whole thing where I'm picking up scrap restores armor, or restores ammo rather, is not that amazing with how I play, but still nice. Never heard you complain about spreading it before, Alex. Listen, you're not wrong. This one I might go ahead and snag. Might go and snag that one. Although I do love Grenade Cascade. I get Grenade Cascade a lot. Yeah, I like that one a lot, but this one probably, again, makes sense for melee, or for miniguns. For melee, yes, melee guns. You know, guns that do melee, you know, that shoot melee bullets. Well, really, isn't every gun a ranged melee weapon? The way you, oh, look at this fucking dudes. Look at this fucking orgy. Isn't every, oh, but the shield guy didn't die. Yeah, that is a little bit annoying. But yeah, isn't every gun really just a ranged touch attack? And every gun's just a ranged touch attack, and it's just, instead of doing range damage, it's doing, you know, just physical. Oh right, yeah, you're like a scary dude. I forgot about these guys. It's doing a, yeah, there we go. It's doing blunt damage. It's not range damage. It's doing blunt damage. It's blunt physical damage, up close and personal. Let's stick with it. Actually, yeah, I'll stick with that one. Actually, no, I will stick with that one. I was wrong. I was wrong to doubt myself. So, yeah, when you really get down to the mechanics of how, you know, guns work and how, you know, bullets are these physical objects, it's just physical damage. It is an object that's just getting launched. A physical blunt object being launched towards somebody. Well, or it's a pointed, you know, a thing. So it can be piercing damage for sure. But like shotguns, like that's usually gonna be a flatter pellet or a series of pellets even. Although I guess they'll be round. Regardless, yeah. You know what I'm getting at. So if you really grind it down to its basic elements, you're basically launching a bunch of maces and longswords at somebody when you shoot somebody. Because at first I was only paying attention to the armor, then I was only paying attention to the health bonus, then I was only paying attention to the grenade bonus. So you saw me do line by line which each thing did, because each time I was like, nah, but what if? And then I was like, well, that's cool, but what if? And then I was like, all right, they got me on this one. So you saw, like, piecemeal my brain putting telling a story or creating a story. Grenade damage go up. All grenade damage go up. More bonus damage for 3 seconds, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I do like that. Not sure why it's called pet leash in this range. Grenade damage go up is tempting. And damage for 3 seconds. I mean, that's pretty good when you got a minigun, especially if there's like a whole gaggle of dudes. I'll take it. That could be quite nice. I like things that are nice. So I'll avoid this one, I think. I think I'll just upgrade what we got. So that one. First shot from your magazine. That's such a boring ass ability to have. I would re-roll the affixes, but it re-rolls all the affixes. If I could say pick one and re-roll it, I would. That one's great for shotguns. That one's great. That one's amazing for sniper rifles. Boring as fuck for big magazine weapons. 22 damage is okay, but come on. I mean, one of those going up by 50% for this shot, that'd be delicious. With numbers like that, I could just die. Or I could make the bad guys around me just die. Which is much more important. I think I might hold off on upgrading that one. I need to upgrade the quality, really. So upgrade that one a couple times. I don't know if I'm going to bother with upgrading this guy, just because... well, actually... Should I upgrade it? I think I'd rather wait for another ice one. I cannot re-roll that one because it has no effects. I would need to go for the quality. Which I guess I could do. I guess I could go ahead and upgrade the quality and just see what it gives me. I think I'll just keep my eyes peeled. I think we could... I don't know if I really want a shotgun as my secondary in this challenge, because this challenge is all about long-range challenges, or long-range dudes. I'm gonna send it. Woo! The rocket launcher man's burning out his fuse out here alone. This guy's running up. Also, deading up. Or deading down, even. I see the tip of his penis. There we go. 2 bullets. Okay, I'll go and do the full reload. So it takes 1 billion years. I also know that this isn't really worth my while. But it's fun, though. Also, I didn't blow it up. They blow it up. I'm not held responsible. They're the ones that did it. That one. That one too, because it does have that shatter. Not that I'm using melee very often, but I'll still take it. Not gonna say no. That one I will say no to. Same with that one. That one's lightning, but it's still an upgrade. It's a significant upgrade, so yes. Get an ice grenade, though, then we'll talk business. Blizzard. Yeah, pretty much. Surrounds him with a blizzard that damages nearby enemies. Yeah, we like that a lot. Yeah, lots of ice upgrades. We'll definitely be going for those for sure. Especially because we've locked in on the 3 major upgrade paths for augments. Or those perks. That's a perk, okay. This is an augment. Yeah. Okay. I think that's kind of what we're gonna send this one. I don't know if they're gonna be moving around. They might be, so I'm not gonna overstay my welcome if I can help it. Any more barrels? I'll take 1 more barrel for 69,000, Alex. Also, that's a nice little cluster. Nice little clussy. But the shield guys are a little bit more... pertinent, dare I say. I do dare say it. Especially, this is a good straightaway path right here. So there's nobody behind me right now, at least. And lots of dudes in front of me, so I can just focus on the one thing ahead, which is kind of cool. Just fills me up. Ouch. Thought there's gonna be a dude there. There was no dudes. There's a distinct lack of duders. That's true. I can't get that guy. Yeah, the blizzard effect is pretty impressive. It is a very wide reach. Yeah, very wide reach. Much more so than I was expecting. That's actually pretty sick. Getting purple already, by the way. Level... Oh, okay, never mind. We're past the halfway point. I thought we were like level 6. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we are indeed kind of cooking. Elemental debuffs. We are doing elemental debuffs. Yeah, and I'll stick with this one. Anything else that away? What was the other? So wait, that was the grenade we just looked at. This was... Ooh, that's an icy boy. Yes. It has freeze instead of shatter, but I'll still take it. And diversifying is not a bad thing. Diversifying my assets, as they say. Ooh, that's actually kind of sick. That's much better for long range, that's for sure. It's got that shatter. Yeah, baby. It just diarrhea the bullets. It's just real quick firing rate. Movement speed, you know what? Yeah, movement speed might just be it. Elemental proc chance. Yeah, I like that elemental proc chance a lot. Yeah, I'm becoming more and more predictable in my old age. In my advanced age. Look how fast we are. We're so fast. So fast. Pesticide spray. Ooh, when they take a different type of element damage. I mean, this is not really a kind of build where there's multiple kinds of elements. There's a single element, and it's called ice. Marks targets, which is good. That's very good. Movement speed goes up. Deal more damage. Yeah, I'm gonna be aiming a lot. That helps with the slow movement speed when you're aiming. And the more damage thing doesn't hurt either.
Bastards, bring it.
Is this we're gonna have the one big dude? Well, we have already one big dude already. Now we did this challenge in normal mode. They didn't give us the one big guy. I guess they're all melee. The big mech dudes. I guess those are all melee. So since this is promised as only exclusively being ranged, maybe that's why. But these guys are still pretty scary. Not quite enough to kill, but definitely pissed him off. They say better be pissed off than to be pissed on. But I don't know. I debate that one. Debatable. There we go. Focus on the big man. Shit directly in this general direction. There we go. Thought they were gonna spawn more dudes. Usually in this room, in the story mode, this one has like dudes spawning in. No dude spawnifications here. Elemental damage, but the proc chance. I think the proc chance I like more. I think I like that more. Shield improvement is tempting. How good? How good is 13%? Pretty good. I think I'll stick with this one. Shield improvement versus... Oh, oh, that means like... I think that means like shield regeneration. I'll stick with that one. That was... Critical hit chance. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I'll take that one. You like them crits. Crit, yeah. This one's got the freeze. I'll stick with what I got. Actually, yeah. I'll stick with it. Stick with it. We already had these. Yeah. That is it. That's it for this room. We're cruising along. We haven't really had any super scary things yet, but we're only just kind of now past the halfway point. Affected by the chill. All to nearby enemies affected by them. That's kind of cool. I mean, I like both of these for sure. I like both of them. I'll take this one for now. I definitely have room for more ice in my loadout. The one downside, good thing and bad thing, about this particular challenge is that these what are they called? These kind of like side missions, these specialty missions. That's what they're called. These specialty missions are always going to be shorter. Instead of 30 rooms, it's 20 rooms, which is cool because it means it's not as long in the tooth. It doesn't get quite as challenging, but also means your builds can't reach their full potential, unfortunately. But I'm okay with it. Upgrade the level. I'm not going to bother with upgrading this guy. We're not really doing melee at all, honestly. I don't want to reroll anything. No, I want to reroll nothing. And I can't upgrade anything anyway, so we'll stick with it. Sticking with it. Got Healy boys. 2 Healy boys. Heelys to hide their feelies. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's say I can't really do much to... Oh shit. Oh damn. Oh fuck. I can't really do much to fuck with that dude. What I can do is fuck with the Healy fellers. Yeah, that was all that shield guy. That shield guy, those guns those guys have are brutal. That is absolutely what fucked me up so bad there. Once he starts firing, yeah, it's best to play it safe for those guys. Yeah, those shield guys are they mean business. The melee shield guys are pretty easy to deal with, honestly. There we go. Yeah, that was a shocking amount of damage. Well, actually not that shocking, because yeah. Knowing what I thought he was gonna be looking at my little buddy, my little dude, he looked right at my face. Instead of looking at the little fell, the turret fell, he looked right at me. Proc chance, crit chance. Yeah, I'm doing it. Elemental damage. I think I'll stick with the crit chance one, especially with this many bullets that were like just barfing at these dudes. I think I will take that one though. Take that one. Oh, there was one dude way over. Oh, that was the turret, I think. There was a dude way downtown. Way down here. So we got tore up pretty bad there, but it's a reminder of just how brutal those big shieldy boys can be. They are big and mean, and they're not nice, and I don't think they like us too much. Big spot damage, that sounds nice. Armor rating go up. You know what? Armor rating go up. Not a bad idea. That would help with the whole us getting torn to shreds like just a little bit earlier. That'll help. That's basically 20% damage reduction. That's pretty generous. Pretty darn generous, if you ask me. Alright, now if I want to follow... I kind of want to follow these guys. If they want to, like, gaggle up together. A big old gagglety goop. Of garblety goop. I think that's our answer. That right there is our answer. Big old garblety goop. Fucking blasted the dick out of a bunch of them. Not all of them. Not all. Some of them have their dicks attached still. But a bunch of them have been summarily de-dicked, as the saying goes. Reload action. I'm gonna back up too far. I don't want that guy to see me. This guy is engaged. Also dead gauged. Yes, that does not go through walls. I don't know why I thought it would. Oh, it's Shield Man. Oh, that's a little scary. The nice thing though is like once they do the thing, they have to reload. Like then you can kind of like charge it. Maybe not charge them that confidently, but you can close the gap for sure. Because they have to reload. That's like, you just have to watch for they raise their hand up again, because then they will continue to fuck. They will continue to attempt to do things. More monies. Alright. Just that one drop. Grenade drop, all stupid. What do we got? This room 13, I think. I could get another fella. Or just get some more health. Nearby enemies. Movement speed. And attack speed. Ooh, the attack speed thing, yes. The movement speed thing is neat, but attack speed, oh yeah, that's something I absolutely want to reduce. Big fan of reducing their attack speed. This room, I remember this room. There's a shield guy. That's a little scary. What I'd like to do. No cover really back here. That's a little scary. That guy being as exposed as this is probably as good of a cover as we're gonna get. There we go. Ooh, lost more health than I thought I would. Oh shit, that's not good. That is not good. That is the opposite of good, actually. That shield back up. Shit, my mouse got stuck. Oh, that's not good. I might be dead. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Yeah, fuck. Oh, man, that's a tough room. That's a tough room. No, really very little cover. Yikes. Oh, man, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Doubly unfortunate my mouse got stuck in my, my volume control. For my speakers. So I was, like, trying to aim. I was like, oh, shit, I can't move my mouse.
I'll keep trying.
In a dire moment.
Right.
All right, well. Good reminder of how quickly those things can go south no matter how good we're feeling. They can all go to dick pretty quick. Weapon damage is always a good idea. Shield recharge. Make that a little bit faster if possible. That's not a bad idea. Cannot increase starting health. Attack for really all these. Melee weapon. Probably not going to fuck with that one. This one. We would be able to increase it by 1. Grenade AoE might be nice. Oh, except I can't afford it. Scrap pickup. Some of these are neat, but not that neat. Just some more scrap. Yeah, let's just do this one. Just more scrap. That sounds nice. And the pickup range too. Why the hell not? Okay. Try the same one. Yeah. Yeah, no guarantees. This is why we didn't guarantee anything. Let's try this one again. We could try the pinpoint or the uniform chaos one. That one's a true wild card. That one could be a room of just those scary dudes. Scary dudes with big shields and big guns. I'll stick with the devil we know. And the close quarters one is, I think, scarier because that's all melee dudes. The shield melee guy's really not too bad, but every other melee dude can be awful to deal with, especially those big robot dudes, the big mechs. Not a big fan of the big mechy boys. What I'm tempted to do is maybe not overanalyze just because, you know, it's not getting any earlier in the day, in the evening. And I definitely want to maximize the number of runs I can attempt tonight. Maybe I'll spend a little bit less time in these more standard rooms, trying to like fine-tune every little detail and every planning maneuver, and send it a little bit sooner so we can just kind of keep the ball rolling here. But yeah, for those bigger rooms, yeah, thinking about how I can handle that better. I think if I would have taken down the shield guy sooner, I think I might have been okay. Maybe I should have started with a grenade against the shield guy. I was excited to like hurt the big gaggle of dudes, but I'm glad I took out the turret quickly. But yeah, I think I should have directed my attention to the shield guy quicker. Now this is something I've yet to try. I've yet to fuck with a sniper rifle. I'm down to fuck with a sniper rifle. DTF with a sniper rifle. Does it penetrate? I don't think so. Also doesn't kill on headshots. Well, of course, that's a slightly elevated version. Yeah, those are the standard boys. Reloads pretty quickly. Also, a good reminder that they have weak spots in their torso in addition to their heads. But the heads are more fun. Just click heads. Forehead. Sniper rifle is fun. It's not as bombastic as a minigun, but there are aspects of it that are maybe a little bit more reliable. Yeah, specifically with accuracy and with reload speed. Only hit one dude at a time, but there are certain perks that would work real well with this thing. And there are other perks that would be garbage with this thing. He put his hand to his ear like he was receiving comms from somebody, but it's like, bro, no, you're already dead, man. Or rather, everybody else is dead, so too late for you, pal. We were doing the elemental one. Let's do... Should I do the weak spot thing or the crit thing? Let's do the crit thing. Be less reliant on elemental things. It's a shame we don't penetrate. I'm always a big fan of penetration. Big fan of penetration over here. One of my favorites. Oh, I missed. That being said, we do have that shadow thing, which is pretty cool. Oh shit. That guy was down there. I don't think those guys can move. Actually, no, they can move. I think. Maybe? What's your weak spot? It's your face, okay. Which is kind of how it goes sometimes. My weak spot is my face, too. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, if you shoot me in the face, it will deal significant damage. Shoot me in the face, it will deal significant damage. Keep that on the DL, though. I can't let that get out. If people know my weak spots, it's kind of a well-kept secret at this point. So I'm trying to keep that on the DL, as they say. Kind of a rare one, you know. Not everybody has that same weak spot. Was there? I thought there was some other thing that dropped. Oh, it was just health. Okay, never mind. I need nothing. Max size go up. Fire rate go up. Immune to damage for 2 seconds. Hopefully, I'll never need that. That would go from 7 to 10 or 11, depending on how it rounds up, which is pretty good. I don't think fire rate's that impressive, unfortunately. Goes up to 11. Yeah, but this one goes up to 11. That makes it louder. I'm willing to fuck with some sniper rifles. I'm willing to fuck with that. Want to upgrade the level or anything? I don't want to invest into anything just yet. But I'm enjoying myself. This cool new weapon. Well, it's not new, but it's new to me. New weapon type. But yeah, you know, for a sniper build, I think to work well, think you almost kind of need a really good secondary to also kind of help carry the charge. Whoops. Right now, my secondary is the default starting pistol, if you will. I thought that was an alive dude. He's just chilling. Like a villain. There more scrappies? There were more scrappies. Now. I'd be really curious about like certain perks or certain weapon categories, like certain weapon properties, weapon parameters that would really benefit a small magazine, like slower firing weapon. Weapon damage, killing enemy, like that one's pretty cool. Maybe that or another element. I think I might hold off on the elemental stuff this time. That one could be really useful with a solid secondary. Let's kick this one off. I appreciate how quickly we're killing these dudes. Like the basicest of dudes. Like that part's cool. But that will not be reliable because eventually we'll start seeing like the elevated versions of these enemies. And of course then you get the shield guys, which take more than a couple hits, usually. Generally speaking. But this is very fun, and of course we did... Yeah, like these, yeah, these are like the oh god. Good shot. Good throw, Alex. Yeah, so the red dudes, those are the ones... Well, not so much these guys, but the guys... The normal range dudes with the red aesthetic, those guys are like the upgraded version that have a bit more health, smarter AI, do better damage, have better accuracy, just overall enhanced across the board. Natural robot enhancement, if you will. Full health. That's very good. I think we're going to stick with sniper rifles. I think we're going to stick with sniper rifles for this build. For this, if not just for this alone. That's pretty good. So I'll grab that. Give me 1 sec, friends. I'm going to take a quick BRB. I can go check on Gracie. We have some storms tonight, and she's been a little bit nervous about the storms lately. Oh, no, never mind. I can hear she's walking around. She's been a little bit nervous about the storms because we had some really bad ones in St. Louis a couple days ago. So I'm going to go check on her real quick, see how she's doing. The sirens are going off right now, so it's like... so we'll check on her. I'll be right back. Give me just a couple minutes. And correct, yeah, we're in the Midwest. Yeah, we're right in the continental center. We're in St. Louis, so we're right in the middle of the action. And yeah, we've been getting pelted with some hardcore storms as of late. But yeah, the ones on Friday were kind of an anomaly, honestly, because we're not strangers to storms. We're definitely not strangers to big storms here in St. Louis, but we have an odd phenomenon because we have two major rivers that kind of go like this. They go like bloop, they kind of go around. Like if we're in the middle, the Missouri River goes above, and well, it doesn't really go above, but there's like a straight, there's like a path that goes north, and then the Mississippi River more goes along the south, like the southern end. And as a result, you have these like two major bodies of water that are always flowing, and that kind of encourages certain weather patterns that usually means the worst of the worst either goes just north or just south of us. So usually we're pretty well insulated from the worst of the worst. But yeah, we had those really bad tornadoes on Friday. I think it killed 5 people. I think the storms on Friday killed 5 people in St. Louis. And I think I read that it had been like multiple decades since we'd had honest to goodness deaths, like fatalities, from direct tornado damage. That has not happened in a long time, so it's kind of unheard of here. So now a lot of us are like, a little bit nervous, like, oh shit, more storms, what the fuck? But thankfully, it's the stuff tonight is really not too bad. Like, looking at the radar, it's like, yeah, it's not gonna be too bad. We haven't gotten any updates since the initial one, because you knew it was bad on Friday when it was like thunderstorm warning, or warning, tornado watch, tornado warning, and like multiple rounds of sirens. Like it was constant. It was very, very annoying, and lots of updates. Whereas this one, it's like we got the one update. Also, I'm missing all my shots. But you get the one update, and after that, it was pretty chill. So tonight's stuff does not really compare we had the other night, but still, a lot of us are kind of on edge. It's like that was pretty crappy, and we know people personally that were very affected by those storms. We don't know anybody that was hurt, thankfully, but still, it's it's scurry. Should be scurry out there, man. Man, I love how this sniper rifle with the perks we have are almost killing the entirety of those dudes with the weak point shot, because those guys have a lot of health. Alex, hit her in your love sack. Ah, you're right. You're right. That'll really get my attention for sure. Dude, the couch setup, we just have like the one beanbag thing that's like very large. But we didn't go for the full-size couch one. We did see the couch one. Those are pretty cool, but yeah, didn't go for like the giganto-size ones. We're both pretty small. We're both pretty short, so it's like, the standard one is like good enough for us, honestly. You're in Springfield, Missouri, so there you go. Yeah, so you probably already got it then, because yeah, you've probably already seen. You probably saw what we're getting right now. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you, but yeah, you probably got some heat on Friday as well. Yeah, that was wild. What was wild about the Friday one is that it was such a small cluster of cells. Instead, like the weather stuff that's hitting us right now is this big blob of shit. Like a fairly large one. It's kind of slow moving, and it's like part of a larger kind of weather pattern, like weather front. But yeah, the stuff on Friday was just a couple of like little cells that were very intense and very like highly localized, but really didn't have a lot attached to it. So once it was after like 5 minutes, not even after like 3 minutes, the storm had passed. Whereas this has been going on for hours now. I do like grenade cascade. I'm gonna try the little bot fellas again. Maybe need to invest more readily into the bot fellas. Because last time I only did the one level into the bot guys, and it was just kind of okay. I think I'm gonna stick with the sniper rifle. I'm gonna stick with a sniper rifle. I've never done a sniper rifle build before. Doing a hard mode solo challenge like this might be a little bit questionable. But what I will do is I will upgrade the quality and the level and the level and the level. But I don't know if I want the ice necessarily. Good chance, 5%. I mean, I like the ice. I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know what I want this guy to be. Maybe I'll hold off on the rerolls because we only have so many reroll opportunities. 5% increase crit chance, yeah. Because I don't think I'm going to be investing into elemental stuff this time. I'm going to use that perk slot to go to do other stuff. 5%, just only a 5%. That's the thing. That's kind of unimpressive. If it was a high, like a high magazine kind of weapon, then maybe. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know if I'm the bigliest of sold on it. Well, I think we'll start off by just shooting this dude here. I think what I will do is I'll take this barrel, put that right there for that guy. Actually, no, I'm not, because I want to shoot the weak spot first. I think what will probably happen is I'll put it right next to him. I'll throw a grenade and he'll hit the other guy instead once he draws near. Gonna pop him. Yep. Dude did appear. Oh, but my guy got him. Good job. Good job, my guy. My dude and my guy. Unfortunately, he initiated the combo with this guy, so I wasn't able to get the full damage shot on him. Click heads. That simple. Just click heads, man. That easy. Well, maybe not that easy, but it is that simple. It is a simple strategy. Not always an easy one, but a simple one. What's up, Lycanish? The helper ones? Yeah, they are very good when you have a bunch of them. With my last build, I went real hard into ice. And it was fun, and I was having a good time, but then I found myself in a very vulnerable situation. Where it was a room with really no cover. It's the one where it's like just one single room with the staircase leading down into a dead end. And there's like some house plants on the raised areas. And yeah, really no cover. And I had one helper bot, and I got kind of shredded. It was one of the shielded guys, one of the shielded guys with the gun, not the melee shielded guys, because this is the ranged only challenge. The shielded guys with the gun, and those guys are terrifying. Growth chamber, growing mold. He says. Wait, hold on. Titanium corrodes. Nitrogen-rich biotank. Delicious. Grenade. Yes, I'll take that. Yeah, pinpoint. Pinpoint. Oh, thankfully it's not headshot only. Is there a headshot only challenge? I'm not aware of that one. That's a little bit that's a little bit unnerving. Now, this is the one that is only ranged bad guys. No melee. No melee, only ranged. We're definitely doing this one because I'm exclusively aiming with this thing. I will never shoot from the hip with this thing. There's one called Phalanx that's headshot only. That's scary. I'm not surprised there's a headshot only challenge, especially given that some bad guys don't have heads. Unless it's weak spot only. I could see weak spot only being a thing. Almost better to not open with a my usual grenade opening, because that first shot does more damage, a lot more damage, if they have full health. So maybe to that point, I'd be better off to not do what I usually do. Right. I do love going for those big old grenade openings. Grenade openings, if you will. Case in point, I just tried again without really thinking. Kind of trouble that almost get me into. Okay, but it's weak spot, yeah. Because, yeah, some enemies don't have heads, but that makes sense. If it's weak spot only, that makes me feel a little bit better. Because some bad guys have multiple weak spots. Some don't, obviously, but... And, of course, there are things you can... There are perks that expand the hitbox of a weak spot, so... You know, there are ways to make it less shitty, but still scary for sure. That one would definitely make me have to try to get good with shooty pooty, with aiming. I do like this one. We've used this weapon before. It's a very reliable weapon. I don't know, I'm kind of vibing though with the sniper rifle. It's been kind of fun. It's going to be an issue when I inevitably end up in those situations where I'm missing like all of my shots and I'm just spilling spaghetti on the floor constantly. But until that happens, until I embarrass myself, stick with what we got, I think. A specific... Oh, it's a specific weapon. Ooh, good to know. Good to know. Shields go up. Health go up. We could just do lightning. I think our weapon right now is an ice one. That's lightning, though. I said I wasn't going to do elemental stuff. Better defense wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's do better defense. I think it's maybe why I got last time. I'd gone too hard into offense. There's that guy, which is a little scary. Actually hoping to pop that guy. Once you pop, you just can't stop, though, is the problem. That guy. Oh, how'd that go right through you? What the hell? They're actually pursuing us. Shield guy, I think, is... Actually, I should use this thing. Shield guy's on the other side, I think. Actually, I think he's the only one left. They got a whole bunch of weak spots, which is nice. There we go. Those guys are a little bit scary. 5% chance. Sure. We have a pistol instead. I don't know. I'm kind of like the SMG. Granted, the mag size is not that. It's only a little bit smaller. Whereas this thing fires way faster. I think I'll stick with this one. And actually, the mag size is quite nice because we did get that enhanced mag size upgrade. Yeah. This one's not too bad. Oh, you're saying the other one's not too bad too? Okay, that's good because it sounds awfully scary. Bigger grenade explosion. We're definitely not going to be close to things, so I'm not going to take that one. I'll take the detonator. I keep hoping that eventually we'll get a reroll perks option. If you're looking at the slate of 3 perks to choose from and none of them are grabbing you, it'd be nice to be able to just reroll them and say, give me something else. Or give me a different set of 3. But obviously you wouldn't be able to just keep rerolling some limited number of rerolls. But still, that would be kind of nice. Here's even another SMG option. Mag size is a little bit smaller, but damage is a little bit better. Fire rate's a little bit faster. Reload's a little bit quicker, too. And it is Frosty. Killing an enemy reloads your unequipped weapon. I think that alone makes this worth the price of admission. Get that one for sure. That one's already maxed out. I don't want to re-roll that one. I think I might re-roll this one. Do I want to re-roll it now, or do I want to wait to see what my next quality upgrade could be? I think I might hold off. It's like we could get a really good one where it's like, you know, this 5% one that sounds kind of boring. It might be worth. But we'll hold on to that one for now. Armor. I'm not gonna upgrade these yet. Can't upgrade that guy. We'll stick with it. So here's our new SMG. So only a slightly smaller magazine, but better damage and better reload. Better reload time and a little bit faster firing rate, which is nice too. What we will do is we'll go and kick this one off. I realized there's a dude to my left. I should have looked. I didn't because I'm silly. Silly man who does silly things. That'll be enough to probably drop him. Way downtown. There we go. Oh, I'm surprised that actually blew that one up. Maybe it does penetrate. I don't think that it did, but... I do like this weapon a lot. It does less damage. And the mag size is smaller. Excuse? What's better about this thing? Fire rate is very small. What am I not understanding about that weapon? What is the selling point for this one? The reload time is a little bit faster. The fire rate is a little bit faster, but the damage is awful. The mag size is teensy for babies. Oh, you charge it. Wait, hold on. What? It says as you charge up the shot. Oh, when you fire from the hip, it doesn't do it. But when you when you scope up, then it charges it up. Yeah. Okay, so that actually could be quite tasty. Do a little experiment. See how this compares. I don't know what kind of numbers my dude was doing previously. This is yet another instance where I wish there were like crash test dummies. Oh, shit. Pretty good. Pretty good. That's pretty... Okay. Alright. That is enticing. It means I can't go fast, but I'm never going to be... I'm never going to be firing from the hip with this thing. We will always be scoping. I think you're right, Meerkat. I think you're right. Yeah, I think we might have arrived at a pretty darn good one. Yeah, the charge up does make that pretty sick. So yeah, I think the damage difference really is significant. I will definitely take that. That is an upgrade in every possible way. I do like that one. Like that gun right there, but not so much of this kind of build. Good to see you, Meerkat, by the way. He says, hello, sexy bearded men. Oh, well, I don't know where those are, Meerkat, but thank you. It's good to see you, bud. I don't know where those are, man. What the heck? There's the blue thing. That is... Yeah, that's the old one. Okay. Purple thing. That is the... Yeah, cool. Whoa, we got the funny glitch again. Remember that from last time? Get the funny glitch just now. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, so sometimes... I think there might be like a ledge grab mechanic or something. Because, yeah, it's like when you... Yeah. You can kind of like slide up the wall. And it keeps on sliding. It keeps on sliding. Yeah, it's a funny glitch. We had this last time and I was like kind of messing around with it. Yeah, it's very weird how you kind of slide entirely up the wall sometimes. That's really good, man. Why TF2 doesn't allow this to spy? Yeah, it doesn't allow spy to shoot while invisible. Right? Yeah, same kind of deal. Yeah, this one is delicious. This one is quite tasty. You get another fella. Upgrade weapon damage. Let's get the bots. I think if I would have invested earlier into the bots, we would have had an easier time when we got to the scary rooms last time. Try to like get in front of that as a limitation from last time. That dude did get killed. I was kind of expecting him to not get got. Get got he did. Can't quite get you. There was somebody behind me, maybe? Can't quite reach him either. Oops is just... Oh, it's a turret. Okay. Definitely got his attention. Definitely turret over here. There we go. He's out. And... You have been chosen. There we go. Can you shoot through your guys? I think you can just shoot through them. You can't see through them, but you can shoot through them. All the same. This is a very good weapon. I'm glad we chose this one. I'm not sure how it's going to do with the shield guys. I mean, it'll do great damage, but we'll have to, you know, shoot a few times. It won't just be a one and done. It'll be a couple and done. I think I'll take this one. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Kind of a game to like kind of vibe out, kind of zone out a little bit. The game is very fun, and it is definitely a game where, I mean, it requires strategy. Like, it's not like just a brainless like shooty pooty absolutely.
Interesting.
But it is the kind of game that doesn't take like the absolute entirety of your focus the way that some roguelikes or some strategy shooters might. So yeah, this one is a very fun one. This would be a good kind of like you're listening to a podcast, you're watching a stream on the second monitor, and this is like your primary monitor content. This would be some good primary monitor kind of thing while you're kind of multitasking. And the co-op is really good. It does not take much for me to sell on the co-op, because I find that is one of this game's strongest suits is the co-op. In addition to just enjoyable gameplay just across the board. That one sounds really fun. I like that one a lot. Should be getting lots of kills with weak points. Sounds real cool.
Good.
Sector 12. Yeah, these are like the kinds of elite enemies that make me a little bit nervous. Yeah, zoning in, getting good builds for sure. Sure, yeah, it's a very fun game. Yeah, the gameplay is enjoyable. The diversity of builds is legitimately impressive. The diversity of builds is really nice. There's like mechanics that are, I think, to be quite creative. Like the whole you start the round in stealth mode, I think is like truly a very unique kind of take on the genre, where we're not really used to that always being here. Also, if I stay back here and shoot, will this tunnel vision mean that the dudes on my side won't be privy to me fucking them up? Maybe. That guy is done. So if they were not going to notice me, they did notice my bots, but that's okay. Because we dispense with the flying guy with relative ease. And life is good. Just like that. And just like that. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, so it is a fun game, and I do love... I mean, I'm biased because I love roguelikes, of course. Of course, I would say good things about it, but no, I do legitimately think it's quite good. And reminder that we will be doing some giveaways for this game, hopefully soon. We did some giveaways for this game a couple days ago, and I thought that was going to be the extent of the keys we would have for this game, like the extra keys we would have available. But there's a chance we might be able to get some more. Might be able to get some more, so we'll see. We will see. Swap speed. Don't know if I'll take that one. To consume ammo while shooting for 3 seconds. Okay, that one's kind of cool. Not gonna take the melee one. The shields. You know, the defense one probably wouldn't be bad. I think I'll take that one. Better defense definitely doesn't hurt. Las guns in Dark Tide? Yes. Yes, Meerkats. Yeah, I could see that for sure. You know, I do love me some good las guns for sure. We got Texas Long Rifle. What's up, buddy? Getting into lobbies. I'll confess, I've never actually, like, tried to host or tried to join an open lobby. If I've played with in multiplayer, it's always just been with a dedicated group of friends. Increase weak point damage. I like that one. Yeah, I think I'll stick with those. So yeah, so I haven't really tried to mess around too much with trying to join like pubs necessarily, like a public kind of lobby. I would assume that there's probably not a ton that are like password locked. I would assume there's probably some with open lobbies. I guess I haven't looked. Yeah, I guess I never actually looked at the browser to see what kind of what it looks like. Do I want to re-roll anything? No, I think that alone makes that one worth the price of admission. Definitely don't want to reload that one. That's a very good... This is a very good build, I think, for this weapon. Keep a grenade, too. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Oh, I do want to upgrade the armor, I think. Never mind. The only one I don't want to upgrade is the lowest level one. I want to wait till we get a better quality for that one. Yeah. But now the downside with this game is that it is still pretty early on. It's only been out for like 3 weeks. And I mean, it's done decently well on Steam, but it's still an early access roguelike, and those come a dime a dozen. Obviously, those are everywhere. Ouch. Shit, that's not good. Those guys get distracted. So yeah, so like the downside is that, yeah, it is still kind of a niche game. So the reality is that like the community for this game, you know, the general player base is not going to be that generous, or not that giant rather. I did think there's like a couple of other folks streaming it, so like hopefully that is an indicator that like there's some genuine interest in the game. And that, yeah, that like people are generally wanting to try it out. But yeah, since I haven't actually looked at the yeah, the only time I've popped into the browser, the multiplayer browser, was just to go like, all right, let me join my bros. Oh shit, there's a guy. Yeah, there's a shield guy back there. Oh wow, that was enough damage to kill. I was not so sure. This thing is I'm glad we got this weapon. Part of me wishes the charge didn't happen automatically. I would almost wish you could like charge by just holding the mouse button down. But just, to me, I kind of like that level of control. But yeah, this is quite good. But yeah, the snipers though, yeah, like this sniper in particular, similar kind of energy, similar kind of vibe as some of those las guns, like those las gun, not so much the las gun rifle, but the las gun snipers in Darktide. It is a fun one. Yeah, I'm with Lekonish on this. That's a good one. And stagger, we like that. I'm going to be doing a lot of weak point shots for sure. Chills recharge faster. Well, if I do my job right, we will never be close to death. Right. We're all in agreement. We're never going to mess up. Even though I kind of had a slight, very extremely minor mess up earlier, but we don't want to talk about that little detail. Don't you worry about that little detail. Let me worry about blank. Yep. Alright, so we can shoot past or damage past their healing, but still I would rather deal with the healers first, if given the choice. Yeah, this gun is such a high damaging weapon, it can, yeah, just go right past the healers are giving us. Oh, okay, probably better if I don't miss. The only thing with games like this is that bullets and guns work better if you like actually hit your targets. The darndest thing. The bullets aren't just gonna like curve and hit the guy on its own. You know, like as like a homing shot, I actually have to aim my gun to shoot the bad guy. What's that about? We do way too much work. Also, lots of scrap. Makes me want to scrap myself. We one-shot the guy we're fucking gaming. Yeah, so this weapon is very good. And this build we have is also quite good. I think it's because we killed a dude with a weak point shot. So the next shot was going to be 50% more damage. And we got a weak point shot, so that's like another 30% damage or whatever. And of course this thing is kitted out with that charge up, so it's like a 3.4 or 3 to 4 times damage upgrade. Like, so yeah, that was like a 13,000 damage shot right there. Good lord. And reflect the damage back to the bad guy or another bot. Let's get another bot, I think. Area 3. I'm with you, Lekonish. I haven't gotten to Zone 3 yet. I've done one attempt of Zone. You know what? I should have done this last time. I should have just tried to do this from here versus going out into the scary zone. I mean, it's still scary for sure, but I think dealing with that guy, thinking I'd be able to kill him in one hit. We did kill the shit out of him for sure. Yeah, Yeah, this is what I should have done last time. I shouldn't have tried to challenge things out there. I should have just hung back here, started the fight, and just kind of hunkered down. Yeah, so much easier. Not even a comparison. Leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds easier. It probably doesn't hurt that we have a very, very strong weapon right now. This weapon only really works as good as it does when we're like kind of in control of the situation. The second you panic and you're like, oh god, oh fuck, I gotta get behind cover, that is kind of where things fall apart with this build. But until that happens, I mean, the answer to that is, well, just don't panic and don't get damaged and don't ever worry about having to duck behind cover, and these problems, they solve themselves. It's magic. Grenade shots, sure. This is not going to happen very much, but this won't really happen too often, and I'm really not swapping weapons that much. Let's see what we got. Just don't take damage, Meerkat. It's that simple. What's up, Gary? Good to see you, bud. Lots of indie games. I do bounce around to a lot of indie games, yeah. Yeah, we were playing a very fun one last night. We're going to be playing more of that probably in another day or two. And we were playing some V-Rising with our friends the other day. Yeah, we bounce around a lot. I'm definitely the kind of person that suffers from the good problem where there's too many games I want to play. It's a good problem to have. There's too many games I want to play. You know, the problem is all these game developers keep making games that are interesting and are cool, and I want to play them, and they're not, you know, they're not like letting me catch up. They're not like, oh, let's make a game, let's make a bad game so Alex can get caught up. They keep making good games. Very selfish, if you ask me. I've always maintained what they really ought to do is just choose to make bad games for all, so I can get caught up, and I'm not having to bounce around as much as I do. Just make some garbage games for a while, and then let me get caught up, because it's all about me, obviously. And then after like 30 to 40 years, when I'm caught up, then they can start making good games again. Yeah, take the EA example. Right, that's what EA was doing. EA intentionally was making bad games because they love me so much, and they're trying to let me get caught up. It was very nice of them. Very nice of them. Like, let me get caught up. That's why, you know, Ubisoft, they've been weird for a while. Activision, Blizzard, they've been fucking screwing shit up, so that's exactly what's going on. Also, that sniper guy's a little bit scary. That's why we have the little robot fellas to soak up the aggro for us like a sponge. Lord knows they do be soaking. They do be soaking, that's right. Go to Urban Dictionary, look up the definition for soaking. That's what it means. It means little fellows that you have under your wing, taking the attention for you. Taking the negative attention for you. That's what soaking means. Confirmed. Yes, you could say that I bounce on it crazy style. You could say that I bounce on it crazy style. That would also be accurate. These are good. Like, this is a good weapon. Very good. I think I might still stick with the one I have, though. That one is pretty good. Grenade cooldown, crit chance. I think I'll stick with what yeah, I'll stick with it. I'll stick with it. Yes, yeah, Meerkat knows what I'm talking about, yeah. Meerkat knows what I'm talking about, yeah. And who was I talking to not too long ago about the notion of soaking? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you could probably look on Google, on Urban Dictionary, what the biblical definition of soaking is a way of expressing your adoration for your sexual partner without the sinful thrusting that is necessary. So, you know, it's more sinful. It's probably still not great, but it's considered probably more sinful for like repeated thrusting. Whereas if you just kind of pop it in and let it just kind of soak it there for a bit, then that's less bad, right? It's probably less bad. So there's the notion of soaking. Then there's the notion of jump humper, having a designated jump humper. So soaking is one thing, but then like some other third party. So say you're on the mattress, you and a person that you're very fond of. You're on a mattress and you're practicing soaking. What if the mattress, through means beyond your control, began to jump up and down? or were to rattle back and forth, or some third party were to cause it to move on its own. You're not making it move. You're not the one making the sin happen. It's just kind of, there's movements happening that are beyond your control. You're just there having a good time. So that's where the jump humper comes in. The designated jump humper. It can be a person. It can be a imbalanced washing machine. Up to you. Up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. After swapping a weapon. Yeah, more robots. More robots. So, yeah, this is it. Now, I will acknowledge, I don't know if the whole soaking and jump humping thing, I don't know, like, is it really one of those cases where it's that common? Like, is it actually a thing people do in, you know, certain, not to speak ill of this, I'm not trying to, like, make this sound demeaning, but, you know, in certain religious persuasions, certain kinds of activities before marriage is very strictly frowned upon. So sometimes there are those who try to find little workarounds so you can still do a little something with your partner, but not be excommunicated from your communities or be frowned upon by your peers. So, you know, is there a chance that this is an actual honest to goodness thing that people do? Maybe, but I think it's more like it's a conceptual thing and it's like kind of absurd and silly. If I had to guess, I think that's probably more what catches people's attention about, is like, you know, it's such a novel concept. I think that's probably why people talk about it as much as they do. What's up, Hackman? Talking about soaking corks. I've never heard that term. Soaking corks. Soaking the reeds. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go, Meerkat. Yeah, actually, same kind of ideal. Yeah, soaking corks, soaking reeds. There you go. More robots means more soaking. That's right. I would not recommend soaking with a robot. Well, I mean, I guess it would depend. So it would depend on your situation. You're trying to find the loophole. Well, to me, it's not so much a matter of like no sinning ever. I think it's more a matter of like what's less bad. You know, what's less bad? How can we do things that are, you know, maybe not great, but maybe not quite as offensive? I think that's probably the idea, at least. Ooh, weak spot damage. We love that. We love weak spot damage. Yes, big fan. Big fan. The weak spot damage. Dash cooldown, movement speed. You know, I think I actually will take that one, because those are both nice. The other one relies on elemental stuff. We're not really doing elemental stuff with this build. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, and I think you're probably right, Meerkat. I think it probably does happen, but is it that common? And you know, I love to use this example. It's like inflation fetish porn, or like fart porn. Are there really people, hand on their heart, truly are like into like people getting like inflated up their butt with like compressed air, that shit? Is that truly a thing people are into, or is it like a very small percentage of the population, but it's such an absurd thing we like joke about it, like, oh, inflation porn, fart porn, ha ha ha, but like the percentage of people is like in like the double digits? Like, is it one of those things where it's so uncommon, it's such a fringe thing, the only reason we all know about it is just because it's so absurd? There's an SNL skit about it. There you go. So Hackman knows. Hackman knows. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If it's an omniscient deity, of course they're gonna find out. And if it's the whole, like, if you're trying to, you know, if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons with a rules lawyer, if anyone's ever tried to rules lawyer, especially the DM, if you're trying to rules lawyer against the DM, good fucking luck. But yeah, if someone's trying to rules lawyer sinful activities and things that would make Jesus cry, then the omniscience of the deity would presumably be able to see through the ruse. But listen, I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to get in the way of somebody trying to get some hanky-panky. Good for them, trying to find ways to do it that are, if nothing else, make them feel less guilty about it. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, I think people like feeling guilty about this sexuality is kind of not cool. So you got a willing partner and everyone's down and you're being safe and you've established consent. Like, who cares, right? But the answer is lots of people care. That's the problem. Lots of people care. So that's where it does get tricky. I think I'll probably take... Yeah, again, I'm not really swapping weapons. I'll just take the more crit chance. Or more, well, it's actually not more crit chance, more crit damage. More crit damage, which is quite nice. There is some... So Meerkat does know somebody. He does know someone. So they're otherwise fairly normal. Rules lawyering with sin is half the history of the Catholic Church. You're not wrong. Indulgences, right? Indulgences. That's like the ultimate rules lawyering bullshit. And that was the Catholic Church, wasn't it? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm wrong, but honestly, that was a Catholicism-ism, if you will. Oh shit! Good thing I killed that guy because that was getting a little bit hot, but hot and heavy. That was maybe a questionable choice. Ooh, wow, that was a generous hitbox. That was a questionable choice. I probably should have scoped it a little bit further. I was maybe a little bit too confident about being able to squeeze through there. More damage than I thought I would. I was like, I can just hide behind this little pole, but I hadn't really considered that the pole didn't grant me full coverage. I was actually hoping he would come out of his little hidey hole, but he was kind of hiding behind there the whole time, which was wise. He should have stayed behind there. It would have been foolish of him to expose his weak spot, but I kind of thought he would. Kind of thought that he would. Foolish, perhaps. Perhaps. A rare moment of Alex doing a blunder. A silly moment. Being a silly little guy. Children eating shellfish? There you go. There you go. Like dead wood from the forest, but could not cut down right. Yep, there you go. After swapping, well, let's see. Increase weapon damage. I think I might grab this one. Okay, we're not doing the swapping one. Forges more shields. You know, I'll take that one. Yeah, I'll take that one. More defense is probably a solid choice, honestly. Declaring capybaras are fish. I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard of the fish capybara one. That's a new one. I don't like how far away things are. I'm gonna go ahead and kick this off now. Things being far away from me. And also, whoa, okay, I was gonna say, nothing else I could always duck. There we go. I always duck behind this little fella, and I think I will duck behind the fella. Except I don't need to, because my guys are killing it. And by it, I mean those dudes. Okay, I think they're all dead. Okay, no, one did respawn. I don't even have to click heads. I'm just clicking torsos, and that's enough, honestly. Ouch. Should be standing still. What the fuck's wrong with me? Standing still in a situation like that. Nobody on the bottom, apparently. No bottoms. No bottoms, all tops. You can never prove it. Right, absolutely. Unless they catch you in the act, obviously. But otherwise, it's a trust me, bro situation. Devalue the land. Yeah. That's rough, man. That's brutal. I mean, I don't doubt that it happened. I don't doubt it in the slightest, but good lord. Good lord. Now, we are approaching the final room. I think we are quickly reaching the point where none of this will matter. I think the last room is actually not too bad. At least it wasn't in the normal version of this challenge. We'll see how the hard mode version shakes out, though. The damage. That's actually a pretty good one. I'll take that one. In case this does get a little bit hairy. Yes, I'll die. Yeah, basically. Heavy inspiration from the Roman Empire. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. When people are the resources. Right, yes. Yes. And now, what's going to spawn in? That will spawn a bunch of stuff indubitably. Thankfully, got the robots to help kind of run interference for us, but still, I think dudes will spawn on the stairs. So I don't know if I should just stay here forever. For now, it's okay. But eventually, I will need to start moving. In a game like... Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Usually in a game like this, staying still is, for prolonged periods, is a one-way ticket to death and shit-your-pantsville. Actually, those are two separate places. Deathville and shit-your-pantsville. They're two different places, but they're very closely aligned. They're like sister cities. Let's see. Shield fellers. Oh, shit. Fire might just kill that guy. There we go. Actually, it wasn't too bad. I thought for sure they'd spawn over here. I'm not going to bother picking up weapons because this is the last room. What I will do is make sure I scoop up all the little nuggets, all the experience nuggets. For meta progression and leveling up our stuff, we love that. Love that for us. An achievement called collecting 5,000 tech. Tech, yeah, is what I say to that. And there's probably nothing up here because, yeah, no bad guys spawned up here. Well, good to know. Next time, not if, but when we get to this room in the next challenge, we'll be able to hit, hopefully at least, sit by the stairs and just kind of chill. Right, you have to steal or just claim, or they could claim heresy. Right, yeah. I mean, that's kind of fucked, honestly. Health orb drop rate. You know what? That one sounds nice. I'll take that one. I don't think I've upgraded that one very much. That was the hard mode version of this challenge. Now let's try the expert mode challenge. Are we in expert right now? Maybe. Maybe. I'll make no guarantees, but I'm feeling pretty good. That was a couple, aside from really one slip up, we kind of crushed it. But that's the thing. That one slip up could be disastrous in expert mode and straight up lethal in nightmare mode. The good news is we got lots of meta progression points. So spend them accordingly. More starting health, maybe. Shield recharge rate, yes. Shield recharge rate's probably the one I'm the most concerned about, really. Health orb value and drop rate. I like both of those. I like both of those a bunch. Do I want to do any offense? Maybe primary weapon damage. Yeah, that one's fine. Primary weapon damage sounds good. It's easier to do things like no meat. Right. I'm with you.
Who's the best plant there is? It's Planty.
Good job, Planty.
Down.
Good job, Planty. Big fan of Planty. Here, we'll teabag you in solidarity. It's a consensual teabag. It's okay. Totally normal. Yeah. Back in those days, yeah, it was a situation of necessity and desperation for resources. Expert mode. They do a lot more damage. They have a lot more health. They are faster. They react faster. There's more of them. And the waves do spawn faster when there's waves of them. My first ever expert attempt. Exciting. I'm sure I won't embarrass myself. I'm sure it'll be an easy peasy lemon squeezy experience. I won't get got, probably. Use the rule against the people and to control. I'm with you. Yeah. No, you're preaching, or I guess ranting to the choir, Meerkat. It can be important, but yeah, when you're like killing people for it, it does get complicated. Complicated is a nice word of saying it. Nice way of saying it. It is how you say problematique. One of these days I'm going to try a melee build. I don't know if it's going to be today, but one of these days I'm going to try a melee build. I don't know if expert mode is the time to do melee build. Also, we know for sure the main augments are going to be flavored towards longer range stuff. So yeah, probably not. This probably isn't the challenge for melee, even if I wanted to attempt it. It's more of a story mode sometimes, or other challenges sometimes. Mission. We attempted an assault rifle earlier. Actually, no, we attempted a minigun earlier. I think I'm good on miniguns. I'm glad I tried it again. I think if I'm doing a minigun build, I'm not doing it solo. If I'm doing a minigun build, it has to be co-op. But I would attempt a standard assault rifle. And I would be down for another sniper rifle, but I'm kind of spoiled. I would need it to be that really fun sniper rifle. This one is a shotgun, and I'm not doing a close range shotgun one. These are all free, obviously. So I'll stick this one. Yeah, no, I'm not doing shotguns. Not for a challenge like this. Granted, we're not like committed to it, but it's like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good. You know, that guy can see me. Reload. I miss my little bot fellas. My little bot fellas are doing great. One of the reasons I think that run went as well as it did, the last one, is because we had the bot fellas. We upgraded into them a lot more enthusiastically and a lot sooner in the run than we did last time. So I think that was probably what made the difference, if I had to guess. There we go. Oh, shit. One little tap. One little love tap. I appreciate the reload animation for this for this weapon. There's like this kind of like there's like the hand that is clearly placed in the magazine in place, but the way it just kind of slurps it up, it just kind of like rewinds it up like a fucking VCR tape. The way it just kind of rolls on its own, like there's some kind of like little roller. That just kind of like invites it right on up. So inviting, so enticing. Such an enthusiastic insertion, if you will. Max shield or max shield? Well, this is a better max shield, so I'll take that one. Also, 3 more max shield, and we are max level, so to speak. 3 more max shield, and we have beaten the game. Because it'll be the good number. Armored core. Interesting. The format of like the game in some way, like some aspect of the gameplay, or something visually. Do I want to try elementalism again? I'll try elementalism again. I'll try it. I don't know what element I'm gonna go for, but we'll try something. I do need to play more Armored Core. I really enjoyed playing the first one. Still need to play the standalone expansions, and okay, that's a little concerning. I need to play the standalone expansions, and I still need to play... Oh, that's a problem too. The sequels for sure, and of course the new one. Of course, everyone loves the new one. Which it was a very, very well-received game that did very well last year. For good reason. Nothing uncouth about hiding behind cover and being a scaredy little scaredy cat. Nothing wrong with this. No one's gonna hold this against me for hiding like a piss pants little pisser. EP piss piss boy. Enthusiastic Insertion would be a good metal band name. You know what? You're not wrong. You're right, you're right. The dude underneath me, apparently. Oh, there he is. That was a little bit spicy, but we don't have like a lot of power behind our build right now, so not terribly surprised we got a little bit, but we're okay. We all right. That's a secondary shotgun. You know what? That's fine. A shotgun as a secondary is, I think, doable potentially. Especially as an oh fuck button if like something scary jumps up in close range, and I need to reload or something. If you're in long range, you can duck behind cover, but close range is not always so obvious. Room, fight upgrade. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I could see that. I could see Armored Core kind of because yeah, with Armored Core, at least the earlier games, like the one I played, yeah, you knock out a challenge, you knock out a room, and then yeah, you go back to the hangar, and you potentially could like you look at the salvage you got, look at the new weapons and armor pieces you picked up. You could buy. I think you can buy some or sell the old stuff. So yeah, as you go along, you're definitely like getting new things to play with, shedding old stuff. Crit chance go up. I think where there's like an assumption that I'm going in on elementalism, that armor rating one's real good. That armor rating one is very, very, very good. I'll go for this one with the assumption that whatever element we use is going to be exceptional. Whatever element we use is going to do great for crowd control.
Scrap's gotta be.
Maybe I should just do lightning. We know lightning worked really well for us last time. Last time we used it. Large magazine capacity. Yeah. Sounds fun. Well, let's see. Let's see. Fire rate's a little bit slower, but the mag size is enormous. Takes a little bit longer to reload. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, longer reload. But good mag, good damage, yeah. And no recoil. Can't be sad about that. Yeah, instead of the Left 4 Dead style. Right, yeah. Yeah, I would say that's accurate. It's closer to, this game is closer to something like Armored Core than it is Left 4 Dead. Have I been to the factory? Yes, my wife and I actually went to the factory a couple weeks ago. Well, probably about a month or so ago to see a stand-up comedian. It was my first time going to that venue, and it's a very good venue. Is it a decent venue? Yes. It is. It's kind of, if you're familiar with St. Louis and their concert venues, it is comparable to the Pageant insofar as there's not a bad seat in the house. It's not a gigantic venue, but it's also not teensy tiny. Like the seating capacity is pretty like solid. Capacity size is pretty solid. You can fit a lot of people, and a decent sized band or artist or stand-up comedian, whatever, stand-up comedian would go there and have like a good time. But also, yeah, there's really no bad seats. You're not, even though it's a fair, like a not small venue, it is a theater kind of venue. So as a result, there is ooh, there's jumpers over there. Ooh, that's not good. Don't want those guys there. Trying to multitask here. But yeah, as a result, there's the sense of like there's a lot of people, but you never feel very far away from the stage. You never feel very far away from the stage. Granted, I went for a stand-up comedian show, and when it comes to a stand-up comedian, you have a lot less issues when it comes to the sound mix and you know, it being too bassy or too trebly or certain minutia of the sound mix being off. So it's kind of hard for me to weigh in on like the sound quality necessarily, but yeah, it just, generally speaking, it's a very good venue, and I enjoyed my time a lot, and I would very, very enthusiastically go back again for another show, whether it be a stand-up comedian or for a musical performance or something else entirely. Definitely top recommendation for me. Going to see Lorna Shore. That'll be fun. Yeah, I think that'll be a good time. I think you're in for a good one, Phil. That'll be fun. That'll be really nice. Do I go for Fire or for the Void? Let's go for the Void. Fire is cool, but Void has done well for us. So let's go for the Night Eyes one, which means I need to get a purple damaging weapon at some kind of purple damaging weapon. St. Louis Aquarium. Yes, we do have the St. Louis Aquarium. Yes, of course, it opened not too long ago. St. Louis Aquarium opened a few years ago, so it's, you know, it's relatively new. Do we have a 40-foot giant squid hanging in the ceiling? I think so. I want to say it's still there. This guy is lumbered over. Thought that was gonna like go closer towards me. If they go past your face, they explode automatically. Otherwise, they sit on the ground and explode after like 3 seconds. Oh, it's probably been moved to the zoo then. Okay, yeah, because there's a new aquarium that opened a few years ago. Ooh. Well, it's in some ways a downgrade, but it's got that purple. Oh, it's a burst. It's a burst fire. I don't know if I love that. I don't hate it, but I don't know if I love it. Good damage though. Ouch. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. This will work. This is acceptable. This is acceptable. Your smoldering pile of corpses is stanking up the place, bro. To be honest, I don't know if I ever went to the old aquarium. I don't think it's something I'm really familiar with, just in general. But the new one is quite nice. It's pretty cool. It's not very huge when compared to like the Shed Aquarium in Chicago. It's kind of an unfair comparison because that aquarium's been around. That one's been around forever. That's like an institution right there. So it's a little bit of an unfair comparison. But yeah, compared to some of the other big ones, it is a little bit small. But the exhibits they have are very high quality, and the fact that it's new is like exciting. I'm sure they'll continue to build it up. Yeah, the Shed Aquarium is huge. I love the Shed Aquarium. Love that place. Also, good weak point damage when they're suffering from elemental shit. If I do my job right, there's going to be a lot of elemental shit happening for sure. For sure, and 7 years ago. Yeah, it's a cool aquarium. That was one of the first trips my wife and I ever took back when we were still dating. Really, this is back when we first started dating. It was to my brother's wedding. To my brother's wedding. My brother lives in Chicago with his now family, and yeah, I love that damage transference. That's so cool. And we took a road trip. Well, not really a road trip. I don't know if I'd call it a road trip because it's like a 4-hour journey from here to Chicago. It's not that bad. But yeah, we took a trip by car to Chicago for my brother's wedding, and afterwards did some sightseeing, went to the Shed Aquarium, did a couple things, and had a nice time. It was a nice trip. And of course, I'm biased because my brother got married, so that on its own is awesome. But no, that was a special trip for a number of reasons, and one of which was, like I said, there's this cool lady that I eventually ended up marrying. It was our first, like, big adventure together. So obviously I have fondness. I have fond memories. That was the last one. Well, no, that was the last bad guy. That was not the last fond memory, obviously. It was all downhill after that. No, it's all been good. It's all been good. And I'm not saying that because she's in the next room over and she can probably hear me. I never say weird things when she's in earshot. I would never say strange things. Like, try to get her to giggle. Or slap me. Increases weapon damage. Killing enemy. Yeah, that's a good one. We don't really have much need for it right now. But increases weapon damage by 20%. That alone makes it, I think, worthwhile, I think. So let's take it. We got 8-Bit Llama. What's up, buddy? Playing more of this cool Deadzone road game, which you've been playing. Or, well, I don't know if you've been playing it, but I know you have it now, 8-Bit Llama. Not sure if you've had a chance to fire it up too much. But it's quite good. There is this one again. I don't know, I'm kind of vibing to the burst fire. The burst fire's kind of been good for me, and it's the same ability, the void tendrils. I think I like the void tendrils more than the other one, the singularity one. Singularity is kind of cool because it sucks them all together. I'm always down for a good suck, what can I say? But I think I'm more excited about the tendrils damaging everything around them. This one is good for crowd control, but I don't know if it really does much. I think it does a little bit of damage. But and when I say crowd control, I mean controlling the crowd. The crowd, like literally, the dudes get like attracted to this one spot, which can be good. It can also be very bad. So I think I'll stick with void tendrils. I think the weapon we have is probably going to be what we're going to stick with. So I'm going to go and upgrade the quality. Proc chance for elemental effects, sure, I'll take it. And armor-wise, I'm going to hold off on any of those. Everything else is still up in the air. But no, I think I feel good about this one. I feel good about this one too. If I check our build right now, we have lots of proc chance for elemental things. So we're going to have lots of tentacles tickling lots of orifices tonight. A lot of dudes and a lot of bad guys, at least, are going to get a lot of tentacles to tickle them in ways that will make them, there'll be some introspection. They'll be questioning some things for sure. So I go ahead and start this off here. There's probably no barrels to speak of. The nice thing is the turrets can't move, so if I stay put, this turret right here can only do so much to fuck with me. He's dead anyways, there you go. Did I have to use the shotgun there? No, but I just really wanted to. Really wanted to use that shotgun. Trying to capitalize on the limited detectability, limited perception of the bad guys in this game is kind of a nifty ability. It's kind of a nifty thing to try to work with. Also, that was kind of cool. That visually pointed out to me where the next dude was going to be. Now, granted, I have the map, which of course tells me where the bad guys are. But sometimes just seeing it in front of you is a little bit nicer than having to take your eyes off and look at the top left corner. Yeah, void tendrils are really cool the way that it's damaging things around them. It doesn't slow them. It doesn't like affect them the way that like cold or shock does. It's just raw damage. But still, it's very useful. It's very useful. Hard to do a good cream pie, Alex. Meerkat, you know I love telling that story. You know I love telling that story. You know I love telling my cream pie story. You guys want to hear my cream pie story? Okay, let me rephrase. It's nothing weird. It's not my cream pie story. It's my cream pie story with my wife. It's a cream pie involving my wife. It's nothing weird. Come on, what do you think this is? I would never. I'm a classy man. She's a classy lady. Harrier did get buffed. Yeah, the Harrier seems... The one reason right now seems quite nice. Quite nice. Ooh, look at that. More void tendrils. There you go. So the cream pie story. So there's a restaurant that... Oh, you know, Fel, you might be aware of this restaurant. The Blue Owl. The Blue Owl in... The name of the place escapes me. The Blue Owl, somewhere like in... Darn. Yeah, I had it. I had it in the name escapes me. But anyway, there's a restaurant called the Blue Owl. It's outside of St. Louis. It's probably like a 30-40 minute drive. It's not too far out. It's a very cool place. They do good sandwiches, just good food in general, but their pies are their specialty. They're one of these places that they do the mile-high apple pie. They do really cool like dessert, like butter, like Butterfinger or like Reese's Pieces, like those kinds of like really themed pies that are really fun. Really, really good stuff. I think I'll take this one. Yeah, I'll take that one. Not as good for this than it was with the sniper rifle, but still quite good, I think. So yeah, their pies are to die for, and they do a wide variety of them. It's like really impressive. And the first time Gracie and I went, I had never been before. She'd been there a couple times with her family, and you know, years prior, but I'd never gone. And I was like, man, this place seems cool as fuck. And we got some food for sure, but of course we wanted to take some pie with us. The problem is that we were both too full. We couldn't eat the pie there as we were too full. We needed something to like take home with us. So we're kind of looking for some pieces to get to go. And I was like, well, what do you think we should get? And she was like, well, like the apple pie is good. You know, like this pie, like these are all good, but their cream pies are like exemplary. And like they're always really good. And she was like, yeah, I would say let's get a cream pie because their cream pies are really good. And honestly, it's kind of hard to do a good cream pie. Like it's kind of hard to do a good cream pie. And I knowing me, I think I know me pretty well. I didn't say anything. I know that much. I know I didn't say anything, but I must have made a face. I must have made like a little giggly face, like hard to do a good cream pie. What I wanted to say is no, it is not. It is not hard to do a good cream pie. I wish it was hard. No, sometimes it's way too easy to do a good cream pie. I didn't say that though. I said nothing, but I must have made a face because she looked at me and then all she did was she said, "Don't." Like you be on your best. She didn't say it was like it was a don't. It was the kind of like waggle of the finger that said, "You be on your best behavior. You behave, Alex. We're in public. Don't you dare." So clearly, she detected my she detected my facade cracking a little bit. Is it in Scottsdale? I'll confess, I'm not familiar with Scottsdale. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, but it's you know what? Actually, hold on. I have the internet. I have the power of the internet at my penis tips right now. Blue Owl, Missouri. It is in Kimswick. There we go. It said Kimswick. Restaurant and bakery. Yep. Yeah, Kimswick, Missouri. For Missourians listening in or Midwesterners listening in, if you find yourself driving through Kimswick, do yourself a favor. Drop by the Blue Owl. Tell them old Alex Q Super Hobbit sent you. They will have no idea who I am. It will do nothing for you. Tell them old Alex Q Super Hobbit sent you, and if you and your partner are deliberating over what to get, you've got a great joke opportunity ready to roll at a moment's notice, and your friends and family will be so impressed. They're gonna say, "Wow, you're so funny. You're so clever to have come up with that by yourself. You must be so cool. You got that one free of charge. You don't gotta credit me. You don't gotta credit me. You got that one free of charge." Yes, I'm gonna get the bot again, of course. Of course, I'm gonna get the bots again. Yeah, just don't. Well, there's what is it? The Office, right? The Office is like the maybe not the original, but like one of the more noteworthy instances of somebody like softly saying, "Don't." I'm scared. All right, starting this off, this out in the open, questionable decision on my part. But we are damaging everybody. Oh. Okay, I lost a little bit of shield. Lost all my shield actually. Oh, the shielders. There we go. There we go. A lot better with no shields. Life is better with no shields. Life is better with no pants. Life is better with these guys not having shields. He's done. Did my inner Sag Maroon came out? Well, there was probably like it's just that moment where I was like, like I was trying to not laugh, trying not to make it. But I clearly still made a face. Now that being said, I've been known to like make noises. We all agreed during the Oblivion playthrough that Sag, we never heard him talk. Obviously, well, he was a dark elf in Oblivion, and the dark elf goes like, "Die," and oh, the dark elves are like. In Morrowind, the dark elves are like, listen, kid. I already smoked like 3 packs of cigarettes today. If you don't get the fuck out, I'm gonna slap your ass and fuck your wife. And then if you like, you talk to an elf in Oblivion, they're like, hello, good sir. It's nice to meet you. My name is Dark Elf Elfington. I like to sit in the corner and watch people have sex with my wife. So, the voice that we heard in game didn't really match with like the aesthetic. So we all agreed that in that Oblivion playthrough, Sag sounded like he would make like noises all the time. He was like always kind of crying a little bit. So that's a noise I find myself doing when I'm like doing like a funny voice. I only have the one voice really. I can't do anything else. Crit chance go up when magazine is down. That's actually not bad because our mag is kind of small. Kind of small. But this one though, at least 10 meters away from you, man. Away from you. Crit hit chance go way up, but always 30% more damage. 10 meters away from you. I think that's the play. This one's tempting, man. This one's tempting, and our magazine is kind of low. Well, even if the magazine went up, this would scale with it, which is nice. I think this is the one to go for him. I think that's the one to go for him. Yeah, Sag Maroon. You know, maybe we'll bust him out again someday. Maybe we'll find an opportunity to whip out our purple wrinkled Sag all over again. Maybe we'll have another opportunity in the future to whip out the wrinkled purple Sag and have a good old time. There's the fun gun again. I don't know. I feel like I'm having a good time with our current weapon. Should I go to this one again? Let's look at our build. It is a purple. It's got them void tendrils that I love so dearly. Weapon damage, killing would increase the thing. Elemental stuff again. Damn, man, it's tempting. It would make this really slap. That, of course, is great. We are doing elemental things this time. 4.6 chance. This one is 36. Yeah, so pretty darn good. I don't know, man. I feel like I try really hard to not just use the same builds over and over again, but man, that thing worked really, really well. Really, really well, man. Yeah. 5% increased proc chance. Also 5%. God damn, man. God damn, they're not making this easy. I have my impression of Psyker Hobbit. Here's the thing, though. Psyker Hobbit is a different person than I am. We might look a little similar. You know, I've been told I kind of look like Psyker Hobbit, but I don't see it. Same with Cousin AJ. People say I look like him. I don't know if I see it. So if I try to do the Psyker Hobbit voice, it's like, oh, I'm Psyker Hobbit. Oh, behold. It's not. I can't really do it, right? It doesn't hit the same, honestly. Yeah, it's an impression, but it's like, I'm a cast a spell. You see, I'm trying, and it just doesn't come out right. Yeah, I'm getting the fun gun. The fun gun was so fun, dude. This thing was so fun. I would like to increase the magazine eventually. Now, I do think this thing... Doesn't this thing have the deal where if I get a kill... Oh, never mind. I haven't done shit with this thing. Haven't done shit with that one. Never mind. Yeah. The Harrier is good, though. The Harrier is good. Man, this Ion driver did so good for us last time. Did so good. AJ's the more handsome one. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I want to call you out on that, Meerkat, but I think you're right. Don't let him hear that. If AJ hears that, I will never hear the end of it. I will never fucking hear the end of it. Dungeon soup. I don't think I know that one, actually. Dungeon soup. Sounds delicious. Yeah, that didn't kill him, but this is a higher order magnitude of difficulty. Now, it did not attract the... Oh, never mind. I was about to say it didn't attract the attention of that guy, but the robots did attract the attention of that guy. Yeah, we are able to one-tap those guys, which is nice. Blech. That's fun. We can still tap those dudes, too. Feels good. Feels good, man. Feels John Goodman. What's up, Dolph? Pokemon Nurse. Oh, yeah, Nurse Joy. I can't remember the police officer's name. Officer something something in Pokemon, but I remember Nurse Joy. Remember Nurse Joy for sure. Were they all sisters? Is that how it works? And they're all named Joy? So one mother had like... What's the word for twins, but there's like 40 of them? What medical marvel took place to create 40 of one series of identical twins? Officer Jenny, thank you. Officer Jenny. Oh, I see him. Oh, missile. Whoa. Okay, that actually completely slurped my shield. This doesn't do that much damage, but it did enough. Did enough to slurp the shield out. A nice good slurp. Got a better version of the Warden. I'll take it, but I don't know if I'm going to be using it all that often because this thing is very good. It's never explained. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're not sisters. But I thought that was kind of the implication that they were somehow related and all completely identical. They are all sisters. Oh, and their cousins are Jenny. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, no, the Jennies are sisters. Okay. But they're cousins with the okay, yeah, I got you. So, there's some extremely bizarre family where the point, I guess, is to just not think about it too much. If you think about it too much, the physics kind of break down and the quantum mechanics cease to make sense. But goddamn, yeah, it is confirmed canon. Good lord. Good lord. There's the swapping one, which again, I don't think we're going to be doing all that often. Oh, except increases weapon damage by 15%. Yeah, but these things, though. At least 10 meters away. Last longer. And grenade damage. I think I'd rather do this one. This was a 5% additional void damage bonus, but I think I'll take this one. Umbral Sight. There's 8 sets of 8. Okay, well... That's still absurd. Not quite as wild as I first thought, but still up there for sure. I think I might wait for this guy. You can see the enhanced movement. It's like scooting. He's scooting and he's pooping. He's new boot goofing. I might just sit here and just kick this thing off. Can I bring the dude and like nudge him? I cannot nudge him. So he's gonna start a fight. Actually, impressed. Those guys seem to hear me. They reacted in a way that would indicate that they heard me. The guys to my left have not, though, from what I can tell. But now they have, yeah. They done seen it. Seen that shit. Dude, rot. Oh, he's gonna be like right here. There we go. Good enough. Good enough wasn't a headshot, but still counts. We are past the halfway point, by the way. 11 out of 20. Halfway point has been reached. We're reaching around for it. Good old-fashioned reach round. Ouch. This is melee weapon. I think I'll stick with what I have, although, again, I really can't see myself doing much with melee weapons. It does have the fun stuff. More dudes. Probably won't be able to kill him. To say, yeah, not a full kill. Ouch. Also, I was much further away. Because I was much further away, that did a lot less damage. That one earlier was a bit spicy. Bit of a spicy boy. That one earlier took out the entirety of my shield and did like 20 damage to my health. 50 nurse joys. Oh my god. Yeah, that's... Those numbers are a little bit alarming. It's a little bit alarming. I'll take that one. That one does have the singularity. You know what? Grenades with singularity makes sense. Grenades with singularity makes sense. So that I can get down for him. I keep wondering if sticking with the Harrier would have been the wiser choice. Because the Harrier really was working wonders for us. But man, I mean, just that the zoom in and that like crazy multiplier you get with the charge. That's just free damage, man. It's free real estate. It's free dealing damage to a bad guy real estate. Just amazing. This way, yeah. That's what's shown in the anime, at least, yeah. Now, and I would assume that would go. Well, actually, no. Maybe that doesn't include the additional seasons. Probably just the what is it? Kanto region, like the original series, as opposed to Johto and some of the other regions. Critical hit chance go up. Grenade, deal damage back to the attacker. I think I'll do the crit chance. I don't know. I mean, again, I shouldn't take damage. Just don't take damage. But I mean, yes, if it happens, then we'll talk. I'll take that one. That one's always going to be helpful. I will probably take damage in this room. Let's be real. There's that guy. Americanizations. That's a fair point too. Yeah. So it's not not necessarily the same name in the original translation. That's a fair point. I'm gonna kick off by shooting that guy in his weak spot. I don't know if he has any on his back, but he definitely has one on the front. But then after that, we'll pop these things. Question is, where do I begin? Where do I begin our adventures? Actually, I think I'll put them all close to this guy. The plan is to just drop this guy real quick. He's scary. But the other dudes, just the sheer number of them, is also scary. I could just hide back here. I'll hide back here. Oh, that's a shotgun. No wonder. I was like, huh, why am I not doing a lot of damage? That is exactly why I'm not doing a lot of damage. And now we're one-shotting. The shotgun's great and all, but this is the good shit. Ouch. Oh, big guy's not dead. I'm not even close to dead. Ooh, that's I'm dead. Oh, gee, I'm fucking dead. Jesus. Damn, for some reason I thought he got. Maybe would I have done better with that if I had the right gun from the get-go? Maybe. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Yeah, well, all it takes is like, you know, one kind of slip up. That was definitely a slip up for sure. Makes it a little bit less weird. Having the same... Yeah, that's the part that is strange, Meerkat. That you pretty much nailed it. Pretty much nailed it. The shield is... I can't get the shield up, recharge up any further. Secondary weapon damage, maybe. Melee, probably not. Grenade. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Starting health wouldn't be a bad idea, too. Only have a little bit left. Could do melee. I'm more inclined to do one of these. Cooldown. AoE sounds nice. Yeah. Let's do that. We're going to try one more, I think. At least one more. At least one more for the night. But I am going to take a bathroom break because I've been drinking a lot of water. All right, let's try pinball one more time. I think I got one more in me. We got to wrap it up for the night. These challenges they're still a little bit long. We could attempt a different one, but of course the problem is you have to beat hard mode before you can have expert mode available. So, trying to get good. Trying to get good for sure. But having a fun time, though. Having a fun time. And, even when I'm bouncing off of things, you know, even if I'm getting my My tight little booty slapped around. My booty is still enjoying myself. My booty is still having a good time. What's up, Shock Value? He says, my wife and I decided not to have kids, but my 17 and 14-year-old kids are devastated. Yeah. Once you tell your teenagers about that, Shock Value, yeah, they might have different reactions. We decided not to have any kids. What does that make us then? Good to see you, Shock Value. Now, some of you might say, well, Alex, you know, you're acting awfully confident, given that your previous run ended in disaster mere minutes earlier. How's this one going to be any different? Well, see, to the untrained eye, it would appear that I screwed up and that I died by accident that run. Whereas the reality is that was just a practice run. That was just a warm-up. This is the real shit. Real shit begins now. Probably. I don't know. Would it have been different if I would have stuck with the that DMR gun, the burst fire gun? Maybe it would have. I don't know. I mean, I was really having a fun time with the pistol. I think part of it is I started that challenge off in a less than ideal state, and yeah, like on the one hand, kind of having that tunnel vision situation where there's not a lot of cover. And not a lot of well, there's some cover and not a lot of area behind you to run, but at least limits the peripheral vision where bad guys can get at you. I think that little corridor makes sense in some ways, but it is still risky. But really, that whole area is risky because there's really not a lot for like a lot of like cover to hide behind. There's you don't have a lot at your disposal. Here you have all kinds of stuff to duck behind. This is a lot nicer, a lot more versatile. But yeah, that open room is a little hard to deal with at times. Pump action shotgun. Here we are. Yeah, I'll take the area again. Yeah. Yeah, maybe this is a sign that I should have just stuck with this from the get-go. But man, that charge rifle, that charge sniper rifle did so good for us. So good for us, so good by us. I was a big fan of that thing. I'm gonna put that right there because they will most likely close. And personnel. One of them coming up. I was gonna say, let's go ahead and launch it. The one dude coming up, yep. I saw him approaching from the radar. Trying to use the radar to like indicate who saw me and who is approaching, who's reacting accordingly, that kind of thing. And it's pretty well, honestly. No, it's gonna get someone's attention. Hey, some guy right there, but I guess he's just got his back to the wall or something. That was exactly it. Yep. Melee. Hey. Oh wow, actually did kill him. Of course, we had we have a slightly elevated melee weapon. Different pistol. Stick with this guy though. I'm sure it's a fine pistol, but stick with the rifle. It's a little bit better at these things. Better at these long-range conversations. At the end of the day, that's what all this is. They're just conversations we're just having. They just, instead of words, they involve bullets, but same basic idea. It's just alternative forms of diplomacy. Y'all know about alternative facts? These are alternative forms of diplomacy. Diplomatic expressions. Anything else? Nothing else. There was, I thought, one other piece of armor that dropped, but I think we got all of them. I think we're set. We did the elemental one last time. Let's do the weak point one. I think the weak point one makes sense. I think that was our successful run last time, was we didn't really lean in at all with elementalism. That guy's a little scary, and I can't really duck behind him too well. Yeah, this is a little bit scary. Or I could just ignore him for a little bit at least. Take these guys out. Yeah, and then that guy has to close the distance. Let's do that. I don't want to deal with him first. I mean, I eventually want to, but there's other fish that need to be fried. Delicious. Diplomatic negotiations, episode 2 style. Yes, yes. I know exactly what you're putting down. Well, that guy can move around is the thing. You know, some sniper turret boys, they're stationary. This guy is opposite of stationary. He's also the opposite of living. Ouch. Oh, you're not dead? Now he's dead. All this talk of, like, diplomatic activity. All I can think is diplomatic immunity. It's just been revoked. And there's gotta be one more. Lurking and slurking and smirking and chirping. There he is. Chirps no more. I'll take it. It's just a slightly better version of what we have, but I don't think we're going to be using it too often. I'll take that. Probably with that guy. Nobody in the central little room, little observation room of the Panopticon. Chris and I were watching Lazarus, and I was like, oh, there was in that intro. I think it was the intro, in the first episode. The Panopticon in action. In the prison sequence, you're like, oh, I know what that is. It's a good anime, by the way. We're really enjoying it. Very good anime. If I had any critiques against Lazarus, it would the anime is that maybe it leans maybe a little bit too heavily into the Cowboy Bebop inspiration. Like maybe it wears that inspiration on its sleeve, maybe a little bit too prominently. But I'm not complaining because I love Cowboy Bebop. That's my favorite anime. So of course, anything that even remotely reminds me of that anime, I'm gonna get excited for. And be at least 30% erect the whole time. So I'm still having a good time. Putus engage. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not worried. I'm not worried, Meerkat. Like I said, if it's on YouTube, generally speaking, it's probably gonna be fine. Like yeah, I'll acknowledge that there's stuff on YouTube that probably shouldn't be. But a video that popular, it would have gotten a takedown. If it was violating anything, it would have received like a takedown notice, or like the creators would have had to censor something that was too far years before it'd be a problem now. So I'm not the slightest bit worried. I appreciate your consideration though. Appreciate you watching out for me because I try to, we try to follow the rules and be good boys and girls here. But yeah, I'm fully confident. And they missed all their shots. They all bounced up way too high. They bounced on a crazy style. Dude. There he is. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. More tech points for Alex. Yes, please. Yes, please. A quick round. Just a couple of dudes clustered together like that. Nice little cluster. Nice little clussy. But he wins, baby. What I do need is to kind of lock in with a better weapon, but I'm feeling the DMR, I think. And yeah, I think I might not mess with elemental stuff this time. I think that's what I'm going to be doing. Hey, yeah. Oh, come on. I was supposed to kill you. There you go. Like that. Yeah, exactly. Poppy just can't stop. This is yet another version of this guy. It's just one's fire, one is ice. I've seen fire and I've seen ice. That's how that song goes, I think. Probably. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days I thought would never end. If he says I've seen fire and I've seen rain, rain falls from the sky. Fire, in my experience, ought not to fall from the sky. So, it's a little bit weird to like mention those two things in the same breath, given that the context in which you've seen them should have been wildly different. I've seen the heavens rain down hellfire from above, and I've seen rain. It's like, whoa, excuse me? You alright? You right there, bro? The fire really should stay. Yeah, I don't want it to come down. If there's fire raining down from the heavens, I would rather it not. But You know, they don't consult me for these things. But yeah, I could tell they were like snuggled together in an unholy pairing, an unholy coupling, if you will. Those booties. And the Juggernaut, bitch. I do like the Juggernaut. It's pretty good. It's got that well, we actually don't care about the passive reload because we already have the passive reload. That one's not as much of an issue. The fire is nice. It's cool. The damage is cool. The fire rate is allegedly faster, but I don't know. I mean, sure, I guess like there's no pause like there is with this one. Mag size is nice. Reload takes a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm tempted to stick with the Harrier, honestly. I think I'll stick with the Harrier, yeah. That being said, it is level 3. It is level 3, yeah. I think I'm going to keep an eye out for a better Harrier. I'm not going to be sticking with that one, obviously. Eventually we'll find a better one, but I think I'm going to find a good Harrier at some point. James Taylor is, yeah, he's a time traveler. He came from apocalyptic times. He's trying to warn us. Farside, I'm gonna hit you with a Mean Girls reference. Dude, you can't just ask someone why they're dark. You can't just ask someone why they're white. You can't just ask somebody why they're dark. So the reason the light's off right now is because Gracie is down here because I'm in the basement, obviously, and it's been storming a lot and the sirens are going off earlier. So she's just chilling over here, off screen. We got a little beanbag. It's called a love sack. It's called a love sack. So she's chilling on our love sack right now, and so it's, you know, that way we're both in the basement during the storms. So yeah, she's chilling with us right now. She may or may not be awake right now, by the way. Some of you might notice, well, Alex, why aren't you being a nice husband, and why are you being so loud and boisterous? Or why am I being the usual amount of loud and boisterous? And why am I not like talking with like a whisper ASMR? It's because well, you see, it's definitely not because I'm like unable to control the volume of my voice or anything. No, it has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with the fact that I'm just a loud piece of shit always. Nothing at all to do with that. Now, part of it is that she's a pretty sound sleeper usually. She's usually a pretty sound sleeper. There's a very good chance, yeah, she's conked out over there. Yes, that's why it's dark right now. I turned the lights off. She'd be able to get a little bit of rest, nice and easy. Is it because that I'm wearing a morph suit? Yeah, one that just you can't really see it that well, but it just slightly darkens my skin, and the lights too, apparently. The love sack is a little place where we can get together. We can sack together. There you go. There you go, man. Below half health. That one's kind of good. That would work well with the one that says bad guys take more. Their first shot does like crazy damage. Yeah, the one while aiming. We're always aiming. You know, we're always gonna be aiming for this one. So yeah, let's do this one. Easy choice. Easy choice. Let's get back into the game. So thank you again to Meerkat, and thank you again to Shake for that raid. And once again, Shake, the offer remains open. If you or any of your lovely viewers have any fun things you'd like to share with us, you know, I'm always down to see what our buds are up to. Shake is indeed one of the buds. One of the buds. Ain't no duds. And, you know, when he bathes, there's probably lots of suds. Strikes me as the kind of guy that would use lots of soap. Lots of soap. Lots of bubbly things. I'm nervous that this is going so well. I'm just kind of falling over. But where's like the rocket launcher guys? Aren't there usually rocket launcher guys here? Not that I'm sad about it, but I'm dubious. Okay, that was one, but he's dead. All right, so maybe that's the answer. Maybe we're too damagey. Turret. Yeah, we're killing things pretty quickly. Get down here. There he is. Last one. Okay, that actually was pretty easy. Only one rocket guy that time. The rocket dudes are frequently... I mean, I'm not really like worried about them traditionally, in the traditional sense of enemies that are like scary in this game. But I usually focus on them because they're their rockets have such a wide reach, and they knock you, and the knockback is awful for those things. And of course, if you get it directly, it's a lot of damage. But even if like you don't get it directly, the splash damage reaches real far, and that is hard to work with. Hard to get around rather. So really no gear at all dropped. I guess that's kind of an indication of, yeah, that room was really not that scary. Usually the cool dudes are the ones that drop, like the spicy boys. Those are the ones that drops like actual gear or things that are equipable. Oh, right. Oh, sorry, I found the dead guys. Sorry, I found the dead guys storage room. Easy mistake to make. Bot fellas or thunder? Probably bot fellas, yeah. Bot fellas and not necessarily going in on elemental stuff. Seemed to be what saved us last time.
What'll it be?
I want to go for the pulsar. It's fine. It's a slightly higher firing rate, slightly worse damage, and significant. I would say significantly faster reload. Mag size is a lot worse though. So I think I'll stick with what we got. It says it's unwieldy, but I think it's only unwieldy because by default it has bad recoil. But we have the ability that removes all recoil. What they call it, weapon kickback. But yeah, same idea. So if there was a really bad spread, that'd be an issue. But the spread is pretty non-existent. So this is essentially a very good assault rifle with a very good extended mag and a slightly longer reload cycle. But it's pretty darn reliable. Pretty gosh darn reliable. I think I'm going to start this combat off around here. So we have plenty of places to kind of duck in and out of. What I will do is put this guy up. There we go. And that will probably give this guy a chance to pop around the other side. There's definitely dudes on the other side, which I'm nervous about. Oh, they're like that. Oh, okay, hold on. Did that reload? I was gonna say, I think I got that ability where getting a kill with your gun reloads the opposite gun. So if you get a kill with your assault rifle, your primary weapon that is, get a kill with your primary, it reloads your secondary and vice versa. Can sometimes be a really nice convenience. Sometimes it does just amount to a convenience. Other times it can be an absolute lifesaver. Is this a burst fire? Oh, it's a burst fire. Didn't know that. That's cool. Did not know that. Makes me like this thing even more gooder. Even more gooder. What's up, one-legged duck? Good to see you, buddy. He says, I'll give you a good spread. El Gasso pointed out, he's like, Alex, I've never heard you complain about a good spread. And I was like, damn, you're right. Feeling a little called out right now, but he's right. When you're right, you're right. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Good to see you, bud. Let's take this one because it's a souped up version. Max shield or max shield? Ooh, tough choice. Tough choice there, but I think we'll stick with our given choice. Let's see. Gains 2 bullets every time you move. Better cost on the fabricator. More damage while airborne. Holding the jump button while... I don't know if I love that. I appreciate that one. It's very different. That'd be good for melee. That'd be really good for melee, actually. But I think our guy's going to be, like, ducking around cover a lot. I don't think we're going to be airborne really ever. I'm trying to think of, like, an opportunity where that would work. Especially in those, like, big scary rooms. But nah, I guess if I don't really love any of these, if there was an option to re-roll, I would love to. Because none of these are really that good. If there was like a way to spend like 100 scrap or even like 500 scrap to re-roll, I would re-roll with no hesitation. But instead, I guess I'll go for this one. Go for the couponer. I don't really buy a lot of stuff from the fabricator is the thing. Like usually we're not strapped for money. I don't usually find myself thinking, man, I wish I had more scrap. It could happen. I won't say that it wouldn't happen. But fewer reloads is always nice. Fewer reloads is always nice to have, so... guess I'll go with that one, but yeah, just kind of okay. But yeah, it's really not a great ability for this kind of build, because again, we're kind of hunkering down a lot, kind of hiding behind cover, that kind of thing. Not spending a ton of time like running and gunning that enthusiastically necessarily. Actually, we're kind of in the clear right now. Yeah, so we're not like kind of ducking around, dodge, dip, dive, ducking and dodging necessarily. Let's see. Lightning or ice. I mean, really, they're potato at that point, so minor differences. Dude. Right there. Is it a turret? It's probably a turret. Yep. This is 1,000 damage. Should have killed most things. It's not dead yet because it must be a turret. Lost neural connection for 3 seconds. Cognitive drift was too high. And then that is level 5. Yes. Every once in a while, it's like, oh yes, anything cool down there that we can see, anything new. Slight, very, very horribly melted hole in the floor with smoldering remains underneath. Nothing weird, obviously. Anything else? Also, one-legged duck, when he said be a couponer, all I could think was like, I don't know if I see this as much nowadays, but there was a kind of a craze, I guess about 10 or so years ago, known as extreme couponing. Extreme couponing. Yeah, better shields probably. I think like the like perceived absurdity of it has gone down quite a bit. Like I think it's less, it's not that it's not a thing anymore. It's just not considered as like over the top necessarily. Oh, that actually didn't kill the shield yet. There's a third shield. How many shields, man? Yep. Is it down to the big man? Big man on campus? It's gotta be. See if I can get the drop on him. He's trying to the drop on me. I will get the drop on him. Oh. What the fuck? Where the actual shit? Oh, he's underneath. I didn't realize that was like an empty, hollow area. Not too shabby. Free Oreos in this kind of game? Yeah, you get a coupon. It's like, well, yes, cool. I can use this at the shop to buy a cool gun. And then it's like, oh, yeah, free. Yeah, buy a pack of Oreos and get a 30% discount for a pack of Ritz crackers or some shit. Dash cooldown. The elemental damage thing matters not here, so I think I will take that one instead. Yeah, 8-Bit Llama knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It was a TV show, wasn't it? I was thinking more just the notion of like trying to like find the right synergies of coupon programs to like maximize efficiency. And you know, people can laugh about that kind of thing, but I mean, I know people personally that fill their entire pantry with lots of really good stuff on the absolute cheap using those kinds of strategies. So you know, people can laugh, but it's like, bro, that shit was legit. Yeah, especially, yeah, in this economy, yeah, exactly. Same idea. Look at this, 2 melee ones. Man, oh man. If there was ever a time to do a melee build, this would be it, but we've already synergized. Like, the builds we've kind of built towards really would make more sense for long-range shenanigans. And the magazine one is great. That's really nice. So even bigger magazines for bigger, happier times. I love it. All about that shit. All about that shit. There is a Harrier. And it's got them void tendrils. It's got increased fire rate. I think that's what we're going for. I think I faltered by dropping my Harrier last time. I'm not gonna make that same mistake twice. I will. I'm going to atone for my past sins. We got a good pistol. I'll probably switch it out for an SMG at some point, but that pistol is quite good. It is sufficient for the time being. There we go. Grenade. Have fun. Ouch. Oh, that's a turret, though. Yeah. That's an issue. I appreciate the enhanced fire rate. It's only a 10% fire rate, but it's still not bad, honestly. We'll still take it. We'll still take it. I just got better boots. These are good, but yeah, the elemental damage. Again, we're not really investing into elemental damage. I'd rather that slot go to something that we're actually like building into, or is otherwise considered to be helpful, like generally helpful, like crit chance or shield recharge, that kind of thing. Elemental damage only really makes sense if you like are going out of your way to invest into it, so it would seem. 2 shots to drop that fool. There was something that killed. At least I think it killed. Didn't wound it, but he killed. That just wounded. Oh, that's a big guy. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Got some stuff to slurp up. Boy, be slurping. Got that ABS. Always be slurping. Max shield. Shield improvement. Do I want that more than dash? Yeah, I think I do, actually. I think I do want that more than dash cooldown. And glovies. Yes, sir. All the glovies for all of the lovies. We already looked at these boots. Yeah, those are my old ones, I think. And yep, we've seen that. All right, cool. We've seen it all. It was a satisfying slurp. I like to think so. I like to think our slurps are pretty satisfying here. Now, do I go for let's see, a bot that does a little bit more damage, respawns a little bit faster, has a little bit more health, or ones that really it's respawn quicker or shoot faster? That's the question. I think I'll take respawn faster because we're probably at that point where our bots are going to get killed a lot. Let's plan for that then. Shoot faster sounds nice, but spending less time being dead I think is going to be very helpful, especially in like the boss. Well, maybe not. There's not going to be boss battles in the traditional sense. When you think of boss battles in games like this. But there will be like scary rooms with big scary elite dudes. Probably a turret right there, isn't there? It's a turret, yes, I see it. Ouch. I tried to do the cool guy airborne strat, but there was no way. We get flying fellas? Is that a flying little dude? Little duders? Look at this for a second. No thank you. Not gonna take that one. Another turret. Turrets are plentiful enough, like they're going out of style. Missiles, yep. Ooh, missiles everywhere, yep. Yep. Missiles are, oh, they got a shield boy. Of course they got a shield boy. There we go. You can foreseeably damage through a healer, even a few healers. You can do enough damage to power through their healing to like kill whatever they're targeting, but I really don't think there's a way to power through the shields to kill what is being shielded. Movement speed, you know? I'll take the movement speed. That's actually not bad. That guy is... yeah, that's the same side. Good. The shields are really annoying at times. The healer bots are annoying for sure. Especially if you have like a, something that is maybe like, instead of a small number of bullets doing a crazy amount of damage. If you have like a minigun build. A minigun build might have a harder time dealing with the healer fellers, but yeah, I'd rather the healer fellers for this build especially than the shield guys. Comms with are down. Yeah. We're not like trying to insulate you from protecting from communicating with others. We're not trying to isolate you guys. It's totally normal. Totally normal. Nothing to worry about. Just trust us, bro. There's this one. There's the airborne one again. Full health. Flying enemies. I think this one is still good. Because I think how it probably works is that we do fire a 3-round burst, but I think it's considered one shot, maybe? I think that's kind of how this works. Oh, that is Game Fox. What's up, bud? Game Fox in the raid. What's up, buddy? We're playing some more of this cool little FPS. I think you probably rated in maybe another week or two ago when we were playing this last. This game is very fun. It's called Deadzone Rogue. Really cool roguelike. Having a nice time with it. We're attempting some harder challenges. This is a dare drop game. Dare drop is sort of my favorite, like publisher, like, game publisher portal site, like review key distribution site. And the nice thing about dare drop is you can sign up for extra challenges called dares that will, if completed, give you extra rewards. In this case, those extra rewards can sometimes include extra giveaway keys, extra keys to give away to your audience, that kind of thing. And we have a challenge right now to beat any mission at all in expert mode. Any mission at all in expert mode, and then also ideally any mission at all in nightmare mode. This is an expert mode one. This is actually, this room right here is where the last run died. This was the room where it all fell apart. And it was because I was being a doofus. However, my doofus being days are long behind me. What I did last time is I put all the barrels next to this guy and shot him first. Maybe what I should have done was maybe I should have like put it around these guys. Try to get their asses first, because there's a whole bunch of these boys. These little robot boys. What's kind of cool about this roguelike is that you begin every every round in this stealth mode. This is not like a special ability I have. Every room in this game, you begin like this. You begin kind of in this little stealth mode. Pretty cool. And it's a really unique kind of way to plan out your moves, kind of case the joint a little bit. See what the situation looks like, kind of bad guys you're dealing with, and how you might use your resources smartly. And I think what's going to happen is that we're going to throw a grenade when these dudes are in range. That's going to kick it off. Look at that, he's stuck. What a fool. What a foolish fool. How about you? I killed a bunch of them. That big guy is still a concern. I'm going to maybe let my boys tank the big guy for a little bit. But I'm going to need to move, because we know last time how this works. If you stay there for too long, it will be a not good time for people whose name is Alex Q Super Hobbit. And once you got to know it, that's my name. Shooting rockets. Yep. So they're gonna be distractified. I'm gonna miss my grenade. Beautiful. Oh, that's a rocket, but he missed. Mostly. It got me a little bit of splash damage. Easy. Never even broke a sweat. Game Fox, thank you for that raid. And as always, if you have any clips you'd like to share, you know I'm always down to see what you're up to. Always love to see what our friends are up to. Shake rated us earlier. Shake the box. Big fan of that man. He's a cool dude. And he's always so nice. He's always so nice. He raids me so damn often. We got to play games with him a couple days ago. Always a good old time. Movement speed or shield improvement? Probably the shield. Well, 9.2. So my movement speed's pretty good. It makes it a little bit faster. I think I'll stick with the shields. Can't really outrun the bullets in this game, despite my best efforts. And Lord knows I do be trying. Shield, or grenade cooldown. I think I'll stick with the... yeah, the crit damage, probably. Yeah. Stick with this one. In fact, I probably need to start upgrading my armor. Alright. So we're past the halfway point, which is good. What's up, Trash Panda? It's good to see you, bud. Yeah, it's a fun little game. This game has been out for like a few weeks. I want to say we're on week 3 right now. So it's still relatively new, and it is early access, but it is very fun. And I know they're out of streamer keys for the dare drop campaign for this game, but for any streamers listening in, Ape Llama will back me up on this. This game is on Keymailer. So if you're looking for a key distribution site where you might be able to get a review key, this one is on Keymailer right now. So if it looks cool, consider you might be able to get a review key if that would be up your alley. That would tickle a certain pickle of yours. Otherwise, though, I have my choices. Increasing weapon damage. After swapping, you fire faster. After swapping, you do nice, cool things. But again, we don't really swap weapons that much. I like the increased weapon damage thing. I would say give me more bots. Give me more bots. Give me more little robot buddies. The robot buddies did a great job of holding it down last time. Let's continue to hold it down. We have room for one more robot buddy. We're playing some more Schedule 1. Yeah, I've had a number of friends recommend that game to me. It looks very fun. But thank you very much, Game Fox. Getting back to the games. I know it is getting kind of late for you. This is going to be the last run of the night for me as well. So, in fact, it was... The original thought was that this run would probably end pretty quickly, but we're still popping off. We're still popping off right now. I think I might grab this one instead. The mag size is lower. Oh, I say that. This one is also a burst fire is the thing. Maybe we just have all burst. All burst all the time because this one's burst. Maybe everything's a burst. Maybe I'm just positively bursting with excitement right now. Maybe we stick with it. Maybe we just upgrade the quality. I like that weak point damage. I like that. Also weak point damage. It was meant to be. It was written into the stars. Also upgrade some armor. There we go. So that's what we're gonna do there. I think I'll hold off on the grenade. We can probably find a better grenade. Don't want to reroll anything. These are both doing pretty good for us, so I'm happy about that. Real good stuff. But thank you for that raid, Game Fox. Yeah, like I said, I know it is getting kind of late for you. Don't blame you one bit. But I really appreciate that raid. That's super nice of you. And we're going to be wrapping up this run. Although we still got a ways to go. We have 7 rooms left, including this one. He's got 2 healers on. Gee, Billy, why does your mom let you have 2 heal bots? A little selfish, don't you think? Little overindulgent, don't you think? Yeah, I can't power through that, unfortunately. Can't power through that that healing, that much of it, especially. The heal bots are annoying. I was saying earlier, if you have like a high damage, like a low bullets but high damage weapon, you can pull off some pretty cool gamer shit. Sometimes, at least, where you can heal, you can damage past the healing. But I'm not sure if this build quite has what it takes. If you had like a sniper rifle build, maybe. Small number of shots, but big damage. This one is smaller, but not as small as the sniper build. Oh, fuck, I hit the wall. That grenade was supposed to blast his face, not my own face. Have a good night, 8-Bit Llama. Thanks for popping in, man. And 8-Bit Llama and Shake, if you're still listening in. We have a number of streamer buddies that have this game, so we find ourselves in a situation where we're looking for someone with whom to squad up. And there's no height requirement. If you're looking for someone with whom to squad up, and there's no height requirement, then I could be your man. I could be your Hobbit man. I think I'll stick with the original one, actually. Elemental proc chance, no thank you. I'll stick with this one. This game is very fun. The multiplayer is very good with this game too. The co-op, it works extremely well. It's very fluid. It does make the game easier, generally speaking. There's really no downside with the co-op in this game. And it's not like playing in co-op means, oh shit, enemies have like 30% more health with every new person you add. The one downside with the co-op, really, there's 2 of them. There's 2 downsides. The first is that it's a maximum of 3 party members. So you and 2 friends, basically. So 3 is kind of a weird limitation. So if you have a 4th friend, it's like, oh shit, sorry. Most games are 4-player, but this one's 3 for some reason. The other one is that you do technically have to share loot. But loot is so plentiful. There's really never a time where one gun is exceedingly better than the other. And perks are unique to you. The perks that you choose, perks you have given at the end. So it's not like Risk of Rain where like if there's a perk given at the end of the run, only one person can get it. Everybody gets to choose their own perks, and they're given to everybody at the end of every round. So yeah, you're never gonna really be like trying to battle each other for like who gets which kind of drop, who get which kind of resource necessarily. So it's pretty forgiving in that sense. So I would say the game as a whole does become easier in co-op, but the fact there's no downsides means it's a very enjoyable time. Also more armor, yes. That armor rating one is pretty nice. Armor rating works where it's every 1,000 of armor, you gain that percentage in damage reduction. So 2,000 armor is I'm sorry, not 2. No, I was wrong. Not every 1,000. Every 100. Every 100 is an armor reduction. Is a damage reduction of 1%. So 2,000 armor equates to 20% damage reduction. So now we have a 41% damage reduction. You can't see because my big stupid face is covering it. Like, grab my big stupid face. There we go. See it right there. Got that shit. Look at that. 41% damage reduction. That is delicious. That is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay, so now... Whoops. Never noticed there's like a little heat wave emanating from our gun. That's kind of cool. Does our pistol do it? No, but the gun, that gun does. Yeah, look at that. It's kind of like a little wavy thing. It's kind of sick. See you in a bit, sweetie. Just head upstairs. Oh, and Viney's going too. All right. Everyone's going. That guy's just chilling. What if can I like fire between the legs? What I might do, pop one of those guys up. Oh, he decided to move. But this guy, oh, he's staying still. Okay, never mind. Is he moving too? Now, yeah, now they're both moving. He's gonna be, oh, he's running. Oh, he's running too. I'm kind of thinking I want to get all of them. What I think I'll just do is pop you. There we go. That thing popped. Guy's dead. Oh, God. Yeah, that guy shot right past me. I thought he was going to go for the turrets instead, but went right for my face. Which was, you know, flattering. I'm flattered he found my face to be so alluring. Healer fella. One healer down. Two healer down. It's a little bit longer to reload the grenade. This is not a sniper rifle, but the fact we're able to drop these dudes in one single round burst is pretty dope. Pretty goddamn dope. So yeah, this build continues to perform pretty darn well. I mean, I really do like that sniper rifle build, but you know, there was like a kind of an artificial limit to how quickly we could fire the sniper rifle because that's to recharge in between shots. You could still, you know, shoot a little bit faster than that, but you don't get nearly as much damage if it doesn't fully charge. That one. Yeah, that one for sure. The Warbringer is cool, but nah, I'm very excited and very satisfied with the this thing, the Harrier, the Space Harrier. Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready. Space Harrier. That's a fun arcade game. I still like that game. Not a huge arcade gamer, but I do like me some Space Harrier. Shield go up by 15% for each one of these. When they recharge, you get faster for a bit. When they are not cracked, your cooldowns are... Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. I like the one that when you get a kill, it restores 2 shields. Reflecting damage sounds nice too. I think I'll take this one. Getting kills restores shields. Oh, this room is always scary. But you know what? It worked out so well last time. I'm just going to do the same damn thing this time. I kill the big guy quick. Just hang back here in this little corridor. Don't overcomplicate things by jumping out into a little hallway area or try to like duck behind flower pots, that kind of shit. Just sitting back here by the door and just throwing a grenade and like kicking off the fight that way seems to always work wonders for this room. I'm like kicking myself because we lost a really good run at the start of the night. Specifically in this room because I kind of blundered. You know, I think I will take this one actually. I blundered handling this room. I like tried to hide behind the flower pots. It's just not enough cover. It just was not wise. Sitting behind that hallway is the way to do it. Nova Burst. That's a shotgun, is it not? It is a shotgun. Yeah, it's a pump. No doubt. No less. Only 6 shots, too. I mean, we have a mag size increase. That 6 becomes 12, but still, I'm very happy with what we have right now. Proc chance and damage. You know, I think I'll take the movement speed and the shield. Only a 3 of shield, though. Yeah, I think I'll stick with what we got. Oh, shit. Going the wrong way. Movement speed if they are close to you, which is not going to be helpful because I need to be far away from bad guys. First round does more damage, and he's dropped more scrap. I think I'll take this one. That one... don't we already have this one? It might be... I might have been thinking of this one. If they're at full health, they take more damage. Because they only take full health, you know, presumably... Or they're only at full health, presumably for your first shot. But I think if it's a burst round weapon, I think the first click of the trigger basically is what that entails. I could be wrong, though. Even if it doesn't, it's still nice. Same thing with here. Even if it's the first bullet, not the first, like, mouse click, the first launching of projectiles, it's still helpful. It's just not as amazing as, say, a sniper rifle, but it's still nice. Not gonna turn up my nose at such a thing. Yeah, I think we'll stick with what we got here. Grenade. That was basically the same one I dropped earlier. Upgrade this guy, and that guy, and that guy, and that guy. Go ahead and get the quality up for that one, too. Armor. I'll go and upgrade the armor. But we're probably going to replace some of these armor pieces pretty soon here. By the way, I just saw Trash Panda's comment about Gamebox getting some Taco Bell. Late night Taco Bell is not a thing I've done in a long time, but that is an absolute vibe. An absolute, like, it's an absolute vibe, and I remember those days fondly. I remember those days fondly. It reminds me of my college days. Late night fast food runs in particular. Ouch. Our grenade is fully charging. I thought that was a bad guy. That's actually a corpse of a bad guy fucking impaled on the wall. Which is brutal AF. Nice of him to just reveal his weak spot to me. That is the one nice thing about the big gun guys, the big gun shield guys, that is that, you know, they are big and scary, and but at least they have numerous weak spots. They have numerous weak spots, which they will expose to you if they have their back to you. They'll also expose to you if they are firing at you, because when they hold their gun forward, they move their shield aside, and the glowy spot on their chest is very available. I think they have one on their head and then two on their back, so they have lots of weak spots, which is nice. Ooh, I like that a lot. Like that a lot. That's a really good set of booties. Love me some good booties. That's some good booty right there. Putting people early into cryo. By the way, just the tip. Good to see you, bud. And sure enough, we are working on some dares right now. Hey, Kovarov, I'm literally unconscious, bro. Yeah, so if you look in the top left, this is an expert level mission right now. And one of the dares that we've signed up for this game is to complete any mission, I think specifically a specialty mission, in on expert mode. And this is indeed an expert level mission. The specialty mission, but an expert mission no less. And that is our plan. That is our plan, is to hopefully knock this thing out. We're on level 16 out of 20. We just crushed it. We're doing pretty well. There's basically one more really scary room I'm concerned about. There's one more really scary room that I'm concerned about where this could go all tits up, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty confident. Got a pretty good run going. I'm gonna keep the ball rolling. Another bot, please. Yeah, more bots, please. The other challenge, which we will not be accomplishing tonight, but I would like to attempt maybe tomorrow, is to knock out a expert level mission. So this is, once again, this is hard level, or I'm sorry, this is, no, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Nightmare level. Nightmare is the next one. So, yeah, right now, this is an expert level mission, which is the hardest one we've done yet. And once you beat a mission on expert level, you unlock nightmare level. So if we could complete this on expert mode, that's great. And then if we can have nightmare mode available to us and to attempt nightmare level, that'd be great. Even better if we can complete nightmare level, that'd be even better. I won't overpromise, but the hope is to get that shit. Hope is to get that shit, and now it is on. We are on single player right now, and single player is quite a bit harder than co-op. But goodness, we've been playing this a decent bit on stream. We have a decent bit of meta progression built up. Oh, this guy right there he is. Okay, we've leveled our guy up pretty darn well, all things considered. So I haven't seen nightmare mode yet, and I've heard nightmare mode is pretty fucking rough. I've heard it is very, very challenging. But I've only heard that these these standard story zones are challenging. Story missions are challenging. I've heard those are like crazy hard on nightmare mode. I don't know how bad the specialty missions get. I'm hoping that these will be doable for a single person. But I'm not about to attempt something that is unwise. Next shot deals more damage. Just more weak spot damage. Probably that one. Yeah, just more weak spot damage. That one sounds nice. We're usually going for weak spot damage 99 times out of 100. Jesus, this is a fucking orgy zone over here. My God. Welcome to the orgy zone. Get ready. Back here. We'll get shot a little bit, but Oh shit. Okay, that all right. Yeah, I gotta sit still for a little bit. Stopped him at least. Right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. They are pursuing. They're in hot pursuit. But I was ready for him. Oh shit, sniper guy. Those guys are scary. Also dead. There he is. There's the droid. Yeah, actually, that was a quick room. Nice and quick. Everything was clustered together. That one grenade with all the dudes clustered together like that, that was very fortunate. I know that killed a fuck ton of them. Didn't kill all of them, but it got a bunch of them really good. That made me happy. I'll take this thing. Not that we're using melee really hardly at all, honestly. I'm really never using melee. Nah. Well, nah, I'm good. Ooh. Seems like if you try to boost into these guys, they'll sometimes like launch you backwards, which is a little weird. It's like this. Sometimes I'll boost backwards and I'm trying to run through them. Anything else? There was a lot of dudes in that one corner, but not a whole lot else otherwise. That's the gloves you're looking at. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So we have all of these now. They all increase weapon damage by 15%. Probably this one. After swapping weapon, your fire rate goes up. There's the melee one. I never take the melee one. Let's take this one. Weapon damage go up by 15%. Can't go wrong with that, man. Can't go wrong with that. Alright, this room could get a little bit gnarly. They probably have the big flying guy somewhere. They have rocket launcher guy. Do they have big flying guy? They have small flying guy, but do they have big flying guy? That's what I'm more concerned about. We had one big... This was the room where I was a little bit concerned. It could go tits up. I actually don't see the big flying guy anywhere, and I'm relieved, but now I'm like, alright, but what's the catch? I mean, for one thing, this room is a little bit spicy, given that there's a lot of dudes and not a ton of cover, but there is 2 floors. And you can use that to best of your advantage. So that might just be the key here. Take it off. So it's like going to be a matter of kind of running and gunning a little bit, which I don't usually do with this kind of build. This is the kind of build we usually kind of hunker down and hide behind cover. But yeah, this room, there's not a lot of like conventional cover. The cover is duck down and duck behind these kinds of staircases. But honestly, that worked pretty well. And well, what's left is on the other side. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, like that one a lot. That's a big upgrade. Next is the last room, by the way. Last room is next. With what I have right now. Yeah, we don't have all things legendary, but we have a lot of yellow and gold things in our inventory. That makes me very happy and very confident. I don't know if I've ever died in the last room of any of these challenges. I'm not going to over-celebrate. I'm rather not going to prematurely celebrate. I know it's too early to be singing my own praises, but I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. The last room is usually a little bit spicy, but it's never really been awful. Usually these other kind of open areas with not a ton of cover, these are scarier. At least the final room always has a good deal of cover. Now, there's a chance they might change that in the higher difficulties. Again, this is my first time getting this far in an expert level challenge, so no guarantees once again, but we'll see. More damage and your health is full. My health is not full, and I have no way to heal it up right now, unfortunately. Range... Oh, look at that. More damage to range enemies. Every enemy in this challenge is a range enemy. We're gonna crush this shit. Got 3 of them this time. He's already dead. You are already dead. Yeah. So they're gonna spawn more dudes. I think we learned last time they don't usually spawn around the staircases or on the staircases even. So as long as we're kind of ducking behind here when things get spicy, should be okay. Bro, could you get out of my way, please? You guys are blocking my face. They're gonna spawn the fire boys. I remember we had that at the end of one of these challenges. It was like a whole gaggle of fire boys. Even though I've invested nothing into the elemental effects, we still get it proccing pretty decently. Recently and decently. So no Healy boys or Shieldy boys, and that's awfully surprising. I would have thought they would have spawned in too. Oh, okay, here, yeah, this gotta be the last one, yeah. Shield's back. Ooh, oof, that's a lot of damage. But my guys are kind of tearing them up a little bit, which is nice to see. Ah, fuck, I hit the wall. Can I just shoot through here? Ooh, shit. Keep losing my shield. Oh, my guys are slurping me around, which is a little scary. He's out. He's out too. I was pretty confident I'd be able to drop him. It was a little bit scary. Yeah, my little buddies here are kind of leading the charge. One more. There's not one more. One more round after that. I thought that was it. Nobody's spawning. Was I wrong? Maybe there's one more shield guy somewhere. Oh, just one little dude. Oh, just one little fucking dude with his like dick up his own ass in the corner. Just random guy. This is a lot of stuff that's dropped. I don't know if I've seen this much stuff in one room. Especially with the upgrade points. That was the last room in the challenge, so I'm not going to bother with trying to like switch out weapons, that kind of thing. Except there is an achievement for having everything in your inventory being legendary, everything being golden. We would need golden, well, guns. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say if there was golden stuff, I might, but yeah, I'll take the golden glove. Golden glove. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say if I could pull some fancy shit, kind of artificially find an opportunity to get full gold gear, but that's fine. I almost wonder. I know when you pick up a thing that grants maximum health, you don't gain more health to compensate. So if I were to pick up a thing that gives me more health, more maximum health, my health would stay at 194. It's just the maximum amount goes up. That's all. That's different there. Is there a way where you could pick up a thing and lose health and then die as a result? I think the answer is no. I don't think there's a way to like. Because if you drop it, then the maximum health just goes down. Unless your maximum health was like 1, but yeah, there's just no way. There's just no way. Melee damage, magnetizer, weapon damage. Probably weapon damage. That sounds nice. And that exits the mission. We got that shit. Look at that. My first time completing a mission on expert difficulty. Good stuff. I can show you. We can all look at it together and admire just how cool we are. We're so cool. Complete a mission on at least expert difficulty. May 20th, look at that. 2:02 a.m. Nice and late. Nice and late. Go until 2 on a weekday. I try not to do that every time. I know I try to go this late every time on a weekday especially, but had a fun time, and that was expert level pinpoint. Good stuff. Good stuff, and that means that the nightmare level of this challenge is available next. So we'll be attempting that at some point, but not tonight because it's getting kind of late. Go and cash in our rewards. Got a whole bunch. Whole bunch of rewards. That, of course, does mean we've completed one of the 2 dares for which we've signed up involving this game. So, that much is very good. That much is very good. That means we have 1 left. And again, that 1 left is going to be a doozy. That 1 left will be a doozy. The 1 left is the big one. That's complete a challenge on nightmare mode. And again, I've heard nothing but butthole puckering difficulty that involves nightmare mode. I've heard nightmare mode is not to be taken lightly, but I have all the faith in the world that I have some faith in my ability. Tech pickup, yes, that one's maxed out too. Beautiful. Beautiful. Weapon damage, yes. Proc chance, also yes. I'm just kind of bouncing back and forth between those two. We can do melee, we can do magnetize, we can do scrap. I nearly scrapped my pants. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Our defense is almost entirely leveled, maxed out. All we need is more of those little tech components, rather. More of those components. Offense is doing pretty good. We have a couple that are maxed out, but several more. And utility, I mean, we've done good with grenades, and we've done really good with tech pickup. We got more where that came from. Eventually, we'll level these up too, but that's only for Zone 2 and beyond. The next time, my friends, we'll attempt I'll make no guarantees we'll get it first try, or even no guarantees we'll get it next time during the course of the stream, but we're going to attempt expert mode pinpoint, where enemies deal 400% more damage, have 40% more health, move way faster, react much faster, more spawns, larger waves of spawns when they happen. It's going to be a big old goddamn thing. Well, actually, look at that. They already had that much more health. But, yeah, they do more damage, move faster. Oh, yeah. So we'll try that one next time. We'll try that one next time. This was fun, though. This was fun. It's tricky because part of me would like to try a different mission for these kinds of challenges and not just do the same one over and over again. I'm sure that maybe part of that is kind of boring, honestly. Uniform Chaos is a fun one, but that one's kind of a wild card. If you got a room full of the shield guys, then it's a different kind of story. At least with Pinpoint, there's the devil you know. Close quarters is kind of scary because it's all melee guys. And the melee guys in this game are, with the exception of the shield guys, are very fast. So I feel like that would be harder than I would want it to be. Pinpoint, we know what we're dealing with here. And we can deal with it pretty well because it's all ranged. And I feel like there's opportunities to hide behind cover, that kind of thing. So I feel pretty good about that. That does it for the night, my friends. This was fun, though. Thank you again to GameFox TV for the raid and to Shake the Box for the raid as well. Always a fun time. Gonna play these cool games. And at some point, I hope to play more co-op with our friends because Shake does own the game, as does Alias and Craft. We did play with Alias and Craft a few weeks ago and had a fun time with it. So at some point, I'd like to do more co-op with our friends. And maybe even co-op with viewers eventually. Maybe eventually. But yeah, for sure, I usually prioritize playing with other streamers whenever possible. Other streamer friends of ours. Let's find a raid target, but thank you again to those who joined in for the streams tonight. Thank you again to those who rated Shake the Box and GameFox TV. And if you were curious about the giveaways, once again, we did. I think we're set with the challenges with one of those two challenges. The details for the dare said to complete a mission on expert difficulty, which we did. We are now officially an expert at that mission. So I shouldn't overpromise. There's always the chance that the dare could have suddenly run out of rewards if a bunch of people stream this challenge tonight and they're all cashing it in right now, and I'm a little bit slow to the draw. It could happen, so I won't say there's like a guarantee. We're definitely going to have some giveaways for this game, but I would say the chances are good. We should have some, and I would say the chances are decent we'll be able to have even more. So I think the one for the expert difficulty challenge was 2 giveaway keys. The one for nightmare mode is 3 keys. So if I can get that one, that's a total of 5 of keys of this game to give away. And if we do get some keys to give away, we'll be doing the giveaways not this Friday, but next Friday. So that would be May 30th, I believe. May 30th. And if you would like to participate in those giveaways, all you got to do is join the Discord server. We will have some raffles set up in the Discord server when the time comes. Like I said, I usually wait until I have the keys on hand, or at least in my collection, and available before I overpromise how many we'll have. So the giveaways aren't open yet, but once I know exactly what we have to work with here, I will I'll make sure to open the giveaway channels in the Discord server. If you want to make sure you never miss a giveaway opportunity that I run, there is an optional channel role you can sign up for in my Discord server called Giveaway Notifications. You'll never guess what it does. It notifies you when there's a giveaway opportunity. It's that simple. It's so amazing. So it notifies you when there's something to participate in, when there's a giveaway to jump into. It's that simple. It's that simple. So if that would interest you, there's an optional channel role in the Discord server that will kind of facilitate that for you. The link to join the Discord server is in the Linktree page. That socials page I post in the chat there. That is all of my links. Has my Discord server, so you can join if you would like and participate in giveaways and that kind of thing. It's also the best way to keep up with myself and others inside the community outside of streams. I post my schedule there. If there's any deviations to the schedule, if I have to postpone a stream, cancel a stream, that kind of thing, we'll make sure to post it there. I have social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, it's all out there. Blue Sky, Mastodon, you name it. I do multi-stream to YouTube and Trovo and Facebook and TikTok, but Twitch is the main one. As you can imagine, I got the hoodie. We got to rep the goods. We got to rep the threads. And with that said, friends, we're going to wrap it up here because it was a fun night, but it is a late one because we went a little bit extra late so we can knock out that challenge. No regrets. No regrets, because we fucking got that shit.